All right, we are back. Here we go. First and Fushada. Starting off with an 8.61. That's his first solve of the average. Yep. You guys have missed no action. Luckily, we were able to hold things off until the stream came back on.
Yeah, we got that just in time. And so Sebastian is going to be starting his first solve. So remember, just as we were saying, he is white only. So you're going to be seeing only white crosses from Sebastian.
Ooh, V-perm to start things off.
7.18, absolutely solid. However, something I noticed from that solve is he paused before OLL and he paused before PLL. That is something you don't often see from Sebastian.
Yeah.
He is really, really good at predicting his OLL and PLL and like flowing through the solve.
Yeah. Fat ante soon, and there were no blocks to show the V-perm, so it was not easy recognition, although he probably should have been able to see the diagram right away.
So we're going to get on with First Gen's second solve here. He did get 8.61 in the first solve. Hopefully he can improve on that.
He's shaking. You can see his hands. And he's going really slow as well. It probably feels like he's going a million miles an hour. And he messes up the OLL as well, T-perm.
I mean, 9.0.
He looks nervous.
Yeah.
He is nervous. You can see his hands shaking.
Yeah, it is his first Worlds final in 3x3, so he won't have experienced this kind of situation before. There is a massive crowd here. Yeah. The stands are completely packed.
Wow. Pretty much everything has a person. Every seat has a person in it.
Even the tier of seating above us has plenty of people seated. They can see all the solves on the big screen, so even though they're far away from the action, they can still see everything going on.
Smash and doing inspection right now. Let's take a look at his transition to OLL. He gave himself a dot case, and that was a nice L-perm right there.
6.85.
So that's solid. He's going to be looking to get those mid to low sixes. But absolutely solid start from him. Low 7, high 6. He's going to keep looking to push that down, and he's going to be aiming for that low 6 average if he wants a chance at podium. I don't think you will podium at this competition unless you're sub 6.6.
Oh, that is a really bold claim to make. Although, to be honest, I can see that, you know, with these guys starting and people only getting faster, I believe it. T-perm again for first gen, 8.31.
8.31.
His last layer cases have not been kind to him. Last was .OLL T-perm. This time it is awkward shape into T-perm. I mean, not the worst, but, you know, when you're in a situation like this, like even something that's remotely unfamiliar. Yeah. I mean, these guys have been solving for just so long, but even something that's just like you need to think about it for a quarter of a second, that just makes such a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Doesn't matter if you have 5,000 solves in competition. World's finals are not an easy situation at all.
Yeah.
They're few and far between. Yeah. You don't have an opportunity to get used to them.
Yeah. You start to double guess yourself or second guess yourself. Oh my God, there are no pauses, straight into PLL J-perm, 6.29.
He'll be really happy with that. Nod of the head.
Not a single pause in that entire solve.
Yeah, very smooth, very smooth.
Like you were talking about 2 solves ago, that transition into wide sexy and then U2 J-perm, that was just completely flawless.
Yeah.
Christian with the Pusheen doll on his table, and he chose a 5x5 for a warm-up cube.
Yep.
I don't think that matters too terribly much, but, you know.
I know some people like to warm up with a slightly bigger cube than what they're solving, so if they're doing 5x5, they'll warm up with 6x6, because when they go down to the smaller size, it makes them turn a bit faster, feel a bit more comfortable.
Yeah. Christian doing wide again. Oh, nice 3-move pair right there. Not the best OLL, and he messes up the G-perm. So there's a 10.
Yeah, there is a 10.
I'm sorry, first gen. There's the other G-perm. GC,
14.71.
Yeah, and first gen, unfortunately, quite out of it. But I think he's happy to be here.
Yeah.
He did win another event, so he can't be going away from these World Championships sad
Yeah.
by any means. So.
That was his second Worlds podium.
Yeah,
I misspoke earlier. He did go to Worlds 2017 and get second at square one.
he
So
did.
He's got a second, he's got a first, and 3x3 finals is an added bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you get World Championship podiums in 2 events across different years, it shows how good of an all-rounder you are. And Firstian is second for some reason.
Yeah. We got Sebastian going through inspection right now. Ooh, no pauses again. Nicer
Dead
last
palm?
layer.
Oh my God.
Sebastian with a 6.40.
Yeah, that looked like either F inverse double sexy or double inverse sexy or
Yep, that's
wide
right.
F double sexy.
I think it was wide F double sexy.
Into R perm.
Followed by RB perm.
Yeah. So his best average right now is currently sub 7, which is fantastic for him.
Yeah.
Best is 651, worst is 681. The difference could actually be podium.
Yeah.
So Seb right now in a good position. He needs to keep it up for one more solve.
Yeah.
And Firstian right now going on to his final solve. That looks like a nice blue orange block right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
ZBLL.
ZB. Nice.
Another too soon case.
Yeah.
7.39.
A different one from the one Juliet had.
Yeah. Pay attention to that cross, that blue-orange corner edge pair on white. Could be useful for some X crosses
Yep.
that
Might
people
be
are doing.
used, might be
and
used in
for
Rue.
Rue.
Yeah.
So pay attention to that for later solves. Fifth solve. It's an interesting corner edge pair stuff.
Yeah, so Sebastian is guaranteed sub 7.
He's
His
guaranteed
worst,
681.
Yeah, his worst possible 681, best possible 651. So I think he's going to be happy already. He would really like to get his best solve now to make that 651 his average, because that'll put him in a really good position for the podium.
Although I know he has really high expectations of himself. I don't think he'd be happy with the 681.
No,
I feel like
absolutely
he would
not.
be only happy with, best case scenario.
Yeah. He is, for the time being, guaranteed to go into first place, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, he'll want to get that 6.5. He doesn't want to get first place now. He wants to get first place for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Although he knows he's probably out of the running with the counting 6.8, but we'll see what he does in this last one.
Oh,
Oh,
loads
that's a
of lockups.
terrible lock. I think he misplaced 2 after wall pairs as well.
Yeah, so do I.
At least he misplaced 1, 8.8.
Sebastian
Yeah.
with an 8.82.
He's not happy.
Yeah, not happy, but he does get that 6.81 average, so he
Congrats to our 14th
is
seed and our
a
13th
really,
seed.
really
We'll
solid
move on to the next one
average.
shortly.
But is it going to podium? I don't think it's going to podium.
No, I don't think so either. Or if he's lucky, it'll be 3rd place.
Yeah,
I think some of the highest profile people, Timon, Felix, Max,
yeah,
just like warm-up Sydney,
yeah.
Philip as well.
Even Patrick and Lucas could possibly get those low 6 averages.
Our 12th seed is the former OH world record average holder. Please welcome Canada's Keaton Mansour.
So this is going to be an exciting matchup.
Are you ready for the Rue battle?
I'm ready for the Rue battle. So Keaton got his former OH world record holder. He is the world's 13th ranked 3x3er, and he is second best Rue average. And our next competitor is ranked 8th in the world and has the
642.
best Rue average.
Our next contestant is ranked world number 8 in 3x3 average and is the best route user in the world. Please welcome the Philippines, Sean Patrick Villanueva.
Oh, the best Rue user! Fastest Filipino
Yeah.
in the finals. Again, we're going to be looking at knowledge versus TPS.
Keaton's pretty good at route too.
Yep, so these are the 2 best Rue users. Now, it's a Canadian thing. They like warming up with the big sail. You need to turn it accurately. And when you go back to doing 3x3 on a normal puzzle, it feels so easy to turn.
It's also the same kind of thing as having a big cube in your hands. It's
Exactly.
literally a big cube. It's just a 3x3 instead of, something with more layers.
And also, it makes him look 4'2" when he's warming up.
Maybe he's trying to imitate the size that Sean Patrick Villanueva and Leo Borromeo have. But he should be doing okay. His performance in warm-up Sydney this past weekend was not good, and
Yep.
he obviously had the fallout of Worlds 2017, so he
Yep.
should be happy to be here.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty high expectations for himself.
Yeah, obviously the two biggest surprises from World 2017 was Keaton actually winning the first round, but then getting
Missing
knocked out in the second
semifinals.
round.
Yeah.
So let's see what Keaton can do here. I believe he always does yellow on top. I'm not sure exactly what block colours he does though. But we've got a red block.
No. Ooh, that was a weird looking CMLL. A little bit of locking there.
Yeah.
But a decent case,
Keaton,
834 to start.
8.34.
It's a decent start, but
He did
that's
red.
an-
He did red yellow.
Yeah.
Red yellow first block. Let's see what Sean does in this situation.
Yeah, Keaton has been very ill this whole weekend, so he's looking better today
Yeah.
compared to how he was on Friday, but he is still going to be recovering from that illness.
Yeah, he's still a little sick, but I mean, it was pretty bad a couple of days ago.
Now, Sean is known for his crazy TPS.
Which that was a
He's
decent
also done
slowdown.
the same block.
Oh my gosh,
But
that's
look at that. LSE TPS.
Sean
And he
with
beats him by 0.01.
8.33.
His
Wow.
his LSE TPS is
that was
insane.
nuts. I'm like, okay, he's doing last 6 edges at like 6. This is not going to be good. And he just
Yeah.
goes, bam.
Yeah, so he's.
Although I was
he's-
kind of surprised his first 2 blocks seemed a lot slower than I was expecting.
Yeah, I think he's a bit nervous. And first 2 blocks are the biggest stumbling point for Rue users.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a ton of intuition required, and there's a ton of different types of moves because you're gonna be building the blocks with a lot of F&B moves potentially,
Yeah.
a lot of wide moves.
Keaton, this
This
looks
is
like
r-
good.
Yeah,
564. That's
564.
the first sub 6 of the
564.
finals.
Yep, that was a really excellent solve. The EO and UL-UR combination there, only 3 moves, and then going into M2 to M2 to finish off. So that was a really, really nice LSE there.
That's exactly what you want in that type of situation.
Yeah. So he's really happy. I wonder if that'll affect his nerves going forward, having a 5 and an 8. Because as we've spoken about in previous rounds, having one really good time and one really bad time, that can affect your nerves.
You're just
What-
unsure of what you're going to get, and there's a lot
Yeah.
of uncertainty in your potential average. Whereas
Yeah.
if you get 2 6.8s in the situation, you're pretty certain as to what you're going to get,
Yeah.
or at least be centered around.
Sean got an 8.33 on the first solve. So let's see how he can do now.
Check the first block. First block done. Second block very quick, very
CMLL.
easy. Oh my God!
Oh, wow,
Sean with a
6.1.
6.10.
So these are really good starts from the Rue users.
Yeah, that was a very good transition.
Yeah,
it seemed
very,
to be a
very
good,
good
good
transition.
scramble for both of them.
Yeah. The thing that gets me is just how quick his LSE turning is. It's so fast.
Yeah, and
Once
the thing is, he doesn't pause that much as well.
Yeah,
either.
exactly. So Keaton moving on to his third. And now does he think, oh, I have a 5, I could potentially do really well? Or does he think, oh, I have an 8, I could potentially lose it all?
Yeah. Oh, but he seems to be doing okay right now. He had soon for his case though, and dots.
And dots. 8 flat.
Keaton with an 8.00.
That's a rough situation. Counting 8, he doesn't want that, even though he has a 5.
Yeah, I mean it is an 8.00, but his second block was not good. He did get soon to help with the CMLL, but dots, you got to regrip your hands for that. No matter how fast you can do it, like 0.8 or
Yeah.
0.5, like the regrip just takes way more time than like getting M prime U2 M
Yeah.
or something like that.
And as we know, 6.8 is the current echelon that they need to get to
Yeah.
to get on that to get in that first place spot.
Yeah,
So accounting 8 is really, really detrimental for that.
I mean, that's probably just already gone. Like he
Yeah, I
needs a
think so.
counting 5 to be able to make it back. Okay, let's take a look at him right here. Okay, second block, CMLL.
Sean.
I just can't get over how good that LSE
7.35.
TPS
I
is.
can barely even see what he's doing
No, I
during
have no
that.
idea
Like
what
I
he's
can't
doing.
like with Keaton, I can be like, okay, I see the CMLL, I see the EO, I see the left right, and then I see the
Yeah.
last alg, 4C. But with Sean, it's just a whole one blur.
Yeah. I mean, for the top Rue users, once they've done their CMLL, they're doing EO and the UL-UR edges at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they're doing all of the last in one go. And basically, that's turned into one gigantic
Ooh,
alg
that's
that
a
they just
really slow
spam
second
out.
block. And there was a U-perm at the end there for
Yeah.
Keaton.
Keaton with an 8.14.
Yep, so he's definitely out of it now. 2 counting low 8s.
Yeah.
It's going to be good enough to slot into 3rd, but obviously Sean is currently outperforming him in this round.
Yeah.
But yeah, once they get past that CMLL, LSE is basically just one huge alg. Well, at least it looks like it.
CMLL also has the benefit that if you know multiple cases, especially if you switched from CFOP at one point, you can influence the orientation of the edges, which helps with the EOLR subset.
Absolutely.
Sean inspecting his 4th solve. Very fast first block right there. Second block very fast. He had a soon case. 690.
Really well.
6.90.
Let's see what his best and worst are. So his worst possible is 753. But if he gets a sub 6.1, he can take the lead over Sebastian. His best possible time is 678. So he needs a 619 to take the lead, I think.
Yeah, and as long as he ties Seb, he wins on single.
That
he
is
has
true.
6.1. So this is a very interesting situation for him to be in.
Yeah.
Keon's on the last solve. He did do blue-white like we were talking about earlier. That's a very fast solve, but he gets
Dots again.
dots
But
again.
6.6, that's a really good solve.
6.64.
Like, dots isn't so bad for these guys because they can do it so fast.
Yeah.
They're sub 0.5ing dots.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Watch for the blue-white block again. Watch for the blue-white block.
Yeah. I would really like to see Sean take the lead now.
Oh,
That would
that'd
be
be very
amazing to see.
exciting. He's one of the youngest people to potentially podium on 3x3.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got such a wide variance though with that first solve being the 833.
Yeah, let's see how we can do it. Keaton's watching.
He does do blue. Good second block. Good
the-
CMLL.
oh,
Oh, that's
pause.
a pause.
Oh,
Oh, 6
He did it! He's
That's
taken the
beating
lead!
0-0.
Oh, what a solve!
Oh my god, he just slotted himself into first
Congratulations
right
to
now.
our 11th and
678
12th
average. He's the
Keaton
first
Sean.
after 6.
And what? I'm speechless.
That was EO straight into YouTube.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I think
That was amazing. Oh, and the hug from Keaton to Sean.
That's great
Sean's
sportsmanship.
probably on his way to, if not a podium, at least a
Yeah.
top 5 finish.
Yeah, 678 is really good in a final situation. That's definitely good enough to podium. It's just how well other people do.
Right.
And these scrambles don't look
guys, we're gonna move on
amazing
to our
for any
top 10
particular
seeds.
things.
Yeah.
So
Our 10th seed was the
Anything can
3rd
happen.
place at 2017 World Championships and the first ever sub-5 single in 3x3. Please welcome the United States' Lucas Etter.
Lucas is my boy, beating me back in 2015. I'm hoping he does really well here. Slight commentator bias, but we will try to keep it objective.
yeah.
Lucas has done well
Our
in
9th
competition
place seed
before.
is the current Pyraminx world record average holder. Please welcome Poland's Timon Kolasinki.
Simon
Kolasinski.
Kolasinski, one of the world's best at the moment. Color neutral, very recently got to the big stage. We talked
Yep.
about it earlier. He's been very good with his pseudo F2L, being able to find these 3-move pairs that other people wouldn't because
Yep.
he can just see so many different things during F2L.
Yep, so Lucas has a ton of experience in these situations. 2014, he came 3rd. In 2015, he came 2nd. Then in 2016, he came 1st. He worked his way up to the top. And then last year at the World Championship 2017, he did come 3rd.
Yeah, so he's got very good Nats performance, and he's used to these types of situations. Simone, on the other hand, is not. However, last weekend in warm-up Sydney, he did do incredibly well from the 16th seed all the way up to 1st. So we're hoping that, he's hoping that he's able to continue with that.
So the judge is just unplugging the display just for his warm-up solve so people don't get confused.
Yeah.
But obviously for you guys on camera, you'll just be seeing Lucas right now doing his first solve.
Lucas is a majority white solver. He does do a little bit of yellow, but doesn't like it unless white is really, really bad. So you'll see him mostly doing that. That was not a good U2 there for the first pair.
And a Y2.
That does give him CP right there, but Z
Lucas
makes
with
it 826.
8.26.
He's shaking his head. He's really not pleased with that.
Yeah.
And as per previous rounds, Timon's going to probably take quite a while to warm up.
Yeah. At warm-up Sydney, he during some of his last solves when he was on track for either a PB average or at least a podium, he was taking a while. He'd make sure his hands aren't clammy. He'd do a lot of clapping to keep them warm and like heat them up right beforehand. And of course, he would do an entire 3x3 solve beforehand. So don't be afraid to take all the time that you have.
Yep, you do have a minute from when the judge says, "Are you ready?"
At the judge's discretion as well. So you can take more time if you want. And he's going to use all of that. It's his World's Finals. The judge definitely understands that he's under a lot of pressure in this type of situation.
And you'll see some amazingly efficient F12 solutions with very smooth turning. Hopefully he's not too nervous.
Watch a lot of D moves in his solves. Yep, there's one right there. There's a pair that he does. Another V perm. He did the brand new alg that Mats Valk was trying to advertise last week in a warm-up Sydney. Starts like a U perm, a couple of D moves, and then finishes off with an R2D, R2 prime.
Yep, so that's an excellent start. 6.6, that's the best we've had on the first solve so far this competition. But obviously, both rule users doing excellently on this second solve. Let's see how Lucas does doing white cross. Sebastian Wire got 685 on this doing white.
Oh, there's a free pair that he has right there. That's good. That's E-perm. Oh, that was terrible recognition, but he still made it work. Good execution.
I hate it when you get E-perm from that orientation. Having to do that Y and X-perm really slows you down. It's a really big regroup.
Yeah, but also, like, the recognition, U prime right there, he had to orient it with the centers to be able to recognize it. He did make it work, but, I mean, that's really hard to execute and just, like, be able to do in such a high-pressure situation.
It's quite interesting how quite a lot of competitors, it seems to be a 50-50 split. Some will start absolutely straight away. The moment the cube arrives, the judge says, "Are you ready?" They go, "Yep." They just want to get it over and done with. They don't want to overthink it. And then the other half of competitors take their time. They do a few PLLs, maybe some solve, dry their hands, take a few deep breaths. You've just got to find what works for you.
Timon in particular spends a very long time warming up, tries to make it feel like an at-home solve as much as possible. A couple of white cross pieces down on the bottom.
Oh, a massive lock-up.
Oh, jeez. But he's still making it work. He's not getting good PLs right there.
No, that was an F-perm there.
So, Bob. He got a Bob.
So 808, that's going to make him really nervous, I think.
Yeah, 6.6, 8.0.
Yep, he really doesn't want to mess up another solve. He'll be really disappointed in himself. He has such high expectations.
Watching Lucas right now. Do pay attention to the couple of white pieces which were on the bottom seemingly from Timon's solve.
Sebastian Wire got his fastest on this solve.
It's a good pair. W case into another E-perm
with a Y.
It's not happy. 767 essentially puts him out of the contention for the podium at this point.
Yeah, that's a really rough last layers for Lucas.
Yeah. You can see he's one of the few people wearing long sleeves in the finals.
Yeah.
Most other people, and he's adding another layer right now. He's definitely got to be called up there. Lucas was hit with arthritis a couple of years ago.
He was indeed. He is still limited by how much he can solve in a day.
Yeah.
We were talking with him the other day. He said he can only solve for a maximum of 2 hours per day now.
Yeah.
And for somebody who used to practice as much as he does, and comparing it to Timon, who does practice a lot, that is a very limited amount.
Yeah, Timon does get that. Does get the privilege of being able to practice, and he says for up to 8 or 12 hours a day, depending on what else he has to do. So he's very dedicated. Definitely wants to win, or at the very least podium. Although he'll only tell you that he wants to win.
Yeah.
So he is
taking a long
inspecting
time
right
for
now,
inspection.
doing yellow, it seems.
This solve is much better than the last one. Still a few lockups.
F perm.
Oh, and he's going to get...
it's
it's
a
a DNF. It's off by 3 or 4 moves.
Oh, no.
So that's a counting 8.0 for Timon, which puts him out the running.
He's done. Oh, my God. Oh, no, that's not how he wants to go.
And that's really not going to help for the last 2 solves. because even though it's a low 8 and a 6, like he can still turn that into a low 7 average, but that's not going to be enough to podium.
Right,
We've currently
I mean-
got Sean in first with 678, Sebastian in second with 681.
Really?
Surely one of these top 8 are going to get another 6 average.
Really, the only scenario for him to think about podiuming would be a couple of 5s,
Yep.
like low 5s as well. Or
Yep.
so far, it doesn't seem like any scramble has been 4 worthy at this point.
Yep.
But we haven't had a lot of color neutral come through. Juliet is, but Timon seems to. While Juliet is fast, she's mostly one-handed, while Timon mostly does 3x3, and that can be the difference.
Lucas with an 8.29.
Another quite a rough last layer there. Not a fun OLL, and then he gets an A-perm with an. He has to pre-AUF, do an A-perm, post-AUF. Those are really awkward.
It's just rough for Lucas.
Obviously, A-perms are excellent if you get them in the right position.
Yeah.
But when you get them like he had them just there, it's really quite annoying.
Yeah. Lucas with 1 solve left, probably going for single at this point. There's not much else you can do with that type of average.
Yep, he'll definitely be looking for 2 5s if he can right now.
Yeah. Timon right now.
He knows it's not over. It all depends on this solve now.
Yeah. It's doing red. Ooh. 624.
Timon with a
That's
6.24.
It's good, but it's not going to be good enough. He needs another 6.
Yeah, his best possible is 698, so
Which-
it is sub 7, but that does require a sub 6.2, 4 on the last solve,
That's hard.
and it won't be enough for the win, but it will put him in a podium position
At the moment.
at the moment if he does get his best time on the last one, which is absolutely possible.
Just as a reminder, after this, James and I will be switching out for Jay and Erik.
Yep, they will be commentating for the top 8.
Lucas right now on his last solve. Again, looking at white, didn't do the X cross with orange.
Quite a few lockups and rotations.
But G perm at the end,
Yeah.
6.5.
That was a much better last layer. Very good turning.
6.50.
That's a respectable ending. Lucas with a 7.56 average.
Yep, so he slots in between Philip Lewicki and Kian Mansour into what will be 4th place for the time being. So he's definitely out of the podium positions. And Timon could be anywhere from 3rd to
Dead last.
Dead last, yes. So Timon will definitely be looking for that sub 6.2. He really wants to kind of like make the average as best as he can make it right now.
Absolutely.
If you haven't already, make sure to share the stream with others. The finals are going on. We've got the top 8 coming up. We've got some amazing solves.
Yeah, if you can imagine the bottom 8 doing this, think about what the top 8 may be able to do. That was a good X cross by Timon. 6 move into R perm. 694.
Timon with a 6.9.
It's okay, but it's not going to be enough to podium, I think. 7.21.
Congrats
Does
to
go
our
into
9th and
3rd
10th
for
seeds.
now, but
It's going to be rough.
yeah.
We got the top 8 coming up. Thank you, guys. My name is Keaton Ellis.
I'm James Molloy.
We're going to be signing off.
Yep, and you're going to be joined by Jay and Erik.
Our 8th ranked seed for finals is the former 3x3 single world record holder. Please welcome the United States, Patrick Potts.
Here we go. Hello.
Make sure you send it with the camera.
Scooch. Patrick Pons, next up. My boy from New Jersey.
Runner-up, one-hand world champion,
Former world record holder.
and also got into the final last Worlds in
Our
2017.
7th ranked seed is the current Scube European champion and holding former world records. Please welcome Poland's Michał Ryzewski.
Michał Żywulski. He was a finalist last time as well in Paris, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was in World Finals last time. Looking to do better than last time, as he did get last. Little known fact, both of these 3x3 solvers were not color neutral at the last Worlds. This time they are.
So they both recently switched. That is really
They
interesting.
both switched after Worlds 2017. Patrick was formerly blue and green, Michał formerly white and yellow.
That might give him an extra edge on some easier crosses on other colors, definitely. So next Next up, like I think the only one solving only on white for the rest of them is Philip.
Yeah, Philip Valier, and the rest of them appear to be color neutral, although Max Park primarily solves on white, yellow, blue, green.
So Patrick getting comfortable, taking a sip, taking his time. That's the way you should do it. Get comfortable on stage, feel confident. And there he goes. And he's off, starting on green.
Doing
Getting
one of his
2
comfort
pairs.
colors.
That is
A lot of lockups on LL.
bad OL. 846.
Patrick with an 8.46.
That is not that what he was looking for.
Yeah, I think everything up to the last pair was looking good, and then just like 5 lockups in a row cost him.
Now let's see what Michal's doing. He's using the world record or without ridges cube.
Yeah,
He chose to start on yellow.
yeah, again a comfort color.
He uses my G-Perm.
Michal with an 8.04.
804, slightly faster, but still not in the running for
Not the
podium.
best starts, but maybe they can improve. Remember, the worst time is not going to count for your average, so
Yeah.
you can afford yourself a bad time.
It's not over yet, but starting with what you feel like should be your worst time is not what you want
No.
necessarily.
That means you have to do 4 really good solves in a row, and there's no way for errors anymore. The cube has arrived. Patrick still takes his time, as he should.
Yeah, he's got the music, got the cube.
He's got the music. He's got a minute on his side.
I believe he has some hand warmers with him as well.
I don't think the judges are actually timing the minute, but no. No pressure here. 4 good souls is what Patrick needs right now.
So he's going for a red cross, preserving a
yeah.
pair in the process. And then get a free pair after that as well.
This is
And
good.
this should be a 6.
Yes.
662.
Patrick with a 6.62.
All right. He'll feel much better now.
Solid solve from Patrick.
Now let's see if Michal can copy the improvement for the second solve.
Michal looking at red as
Red.
well, doing a similar thing.
Yeah, he's doing exactly the same actually.
Yeah, same pair order, different
All
OLL,
right. And a
different
J-perm.
PLL, and some lockups.
lockup, yeah.
That is very common with the lefty
Michal with
J-perm,
an
using the
8.5.
RUL out,
Yeah.
as well as RUL Alex in general, switching between right and left turning
Yeah, so
tends
the,
to cause lockup problems.
the last move on that algorithm is turning the right and the left side at the same time, and then
And then
you
AUF usually can end up
yeah.
on back, depending on how you do it. So
Mhm.
it's a very problematic alg for finals. You would almost wonder if people should switch to something else, specifically for when you have nerves.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend the RUF or the LUF alg for that case.
Agreed. And I say that as someone that does RUL and messes up a lot.
I mean, there are just some algorithms for the last step, the PLL, that are fine at home, but then if you're gonna do them in competition, the chance of locking up on that is just too high, and this is exactly one of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons and a lot of risk to reward to be weighed with PLL algorithms, and algorithms in general for that matter. Okay, it looks like Patrick's going for a...
No, he's
Red
still he
across
looks
again?
still unsure. No, yeah, red.
I'm thinking a red.
Red.
Ooh, some kind of wonky D moves and a bit of a lockup on that second pair.
The rest seems to be good. Slight lockup on the PLL. Whoa, what was that?
Okay,
Patrick
so
with an 8.78.
That
Despite-
PLL looked to be like 2.5 seconds.
yeah, despite getting a 6.6, he's definitely out of the running for top 3 now. Although I guess he could technically get 2 low 6s or something like that, and he has gotten counting 5s very recently in his averages. But it's not looking likely for
No,
Mr.
no.
Patrick Ponce.
He needs 2 more 5s to get that 8 into a decent average. E-perm, yeah, E-perm, and U2 as well. Ooh,
Yeah.
Michal
7.36
with a
for Michal.
7.36.
Yeah, we saw Lucas Head getting 2 E-perms earlier. Not the slowest PLL, but definitely the slowest to recognize due to no blocks and no opposite colors to refer to. So getting that in the finals is always a bit of bad luck for that reason.
Yeah, and EPRM recognition is not the easiest, and then he had the AUF U2 as well.
Yeah, a lot of people do opt to rotate into it just to avoid AUF.
Now Patrick needs 2 really good souls.
Yeah,
To be
McNeill definitely out of
on
it.
top
Patrick mostly out of it, but we'll still try nonetheless.
There he goes. Seems to be shaking a little bit, which is perfectly understandable, of course.
Yep, another red cross. Small lockups, but sort of was able to push through them, and then a bit of a hesitation on that last
Sledge
pair.
to orient some edges.
Yeah, I think a bit of inefficiency on that
G-perm,
last pair. Yeah,
that
he's
is-
done.
that is a
Patrick
bad
with
G-perm as well.
10.7.
That is a fat game over for Patrick Ponce.
That is too bad. I was really rooting for him to do good.
Yeah, you'll notice very small mistakes. Like, you can count the number of mistakes he made on one hand, but it really adds up so quickly for 3x3. It's a very unforgiving event for that reason. Now, switching over to Mikhail Zhavuski. So he's going for a white cross this time, a comfort color. We'll see what he can do with that. Looks good so far.
R-perm? No,
Yeah, lockups here and there.
Michal with a
7.2.
7.2.
Fine, that's fine. It'll be a decent average, but not good enough
Yeah.
for any podium places.
For someone who's gotten 5th at US Nationals and also 4th at Euros, which is Mikhail Zhavuski, this is not a great performance by his standards, I would say. He's definitely done a lot better at majors. But World seems to be the one that gives him the most trouble.
So best possible average for Patrick is 795. The worst he could do is 934.
934 would not be a great look for Patrick,
No.
given his sub-7 general consistency.
But let's assume that he does not make this 1079 counting. So he's looking at probably a low 8 average.
Yeah, Mikhail, on the other hand, does have guaranteed sub-8, so that's not the worst.
It's not the worst. 798 is his worst, actually.
Yeah.
So 744
Patrick
for
with a
Patrick.
7.44.
That gives him an 823 average. He's not happy with that, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's similar to the average he got at US Nationals last year that cost him even getting into the finals. Now let's see what Mikhail can pull off. Definitely getting sub-8, but how sub-8 is yet to be determined. So looking at white cross again, I believe. I think he did some X-cross type stuff. Got a free pair. Awkward
U-perm?
OLL.
Oh, corner twist. Corner twist.
No.
Michal with a 7.8.
Yeah, that OLL case, it's like the lefty...
And that's it
I
for
don't know
8
what you
and
call that
17,
shape. It's like
guys.
an S.
Big round of applause.
Yeah.
It's like LUF gen or RUB gen, or a kind of awkward RUF case where the F moves are in the middle. So
All right, so ladies and
risky
gentlemen,
case.
now up for our next battle. You will hear the crowd go absolutely wild, because next up is going to be the local hero, our favorite. It is going to be Felix Zemdex from Australia, Jay's countryman. There you go.
yeah, of course.
Are you rooting for him?
I'm rooting for him. I want to see him get the 3-time world champion.
That would be legendary.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, as you said, the crowd's going to
Our
go nuts.
6th place seed has won Worlds
There you go.
twice in
Get ready,
2013
fellas.
and
Just listen-
2015.
just listen to the
Please
crowd.
welcome Australia's Felix
Just watch the
Zemdex.
crowd.
Nice. Nice. This is what we want, yeah. Yeah, Australians standing up, applauding him.
Our 5th place seed is the former 2x2 world record average holder. Please welcome Germany's Kevin Gerhardt.
Kevin Gerhardt from Germany.
Yep, he gets a golf clap in comparison. But he did make finals last time. Not unfamiliar to the world stage.
So some background information for you guys. On their way out of the waiting area, they will receive their phone, and they're making sure that they're not checking the stream or the chat or the results online. So
Yep, going in blind, as they should be.
yeah, it's like in chess, you know, you cannot have your phone on you or you lose.
Mm-hmm. I imagine Felix is going to have a fair bit of pressure. He's only gotten one podium this weekend, and this would be the first Worlds where he isn't a world champion if he doesn't take it home here. So you could say there's a lot on the line for that reason.
But then again, I mean, if anybody can do well under pressure, it's Felix.
Yeah. And it's not like he's going to lose anything from this. You know, he is still the greatest of all time, regardless. But let's go
Taking a
Felix.
lot of time with his hands on the pads. That looks quite a good solve
Bit
so far,
lucky,
Arper.
but okay.
Yeah.
6.7.
679.
With a
It's all
6.79.
right. Not too bad. Definitely no bias on my end or anything.
Only Timon Kolazinski had a better solve on the first scramble so far.
Yeah, I've got hope. See how Gerhardt can do. Looks like he's going to do a different cross.
Green? No, yellow.
Oh, psych. Maybe he isn't color neutral? I'm not certain. Ooh, he got the rarest Olo
A
case.
perm.
Yeah, so that was the rarest Olo case.
Kevin
All
with an
corners oriented, no
8.84.
edge oriented. And it's not the best alp to execute.
It is the easiest subset to learn for an OLL. Because
Easy
you only need
subset
to
to
learn
learn.
21 algorithms.
But that-
Or 22, actually.
Yeah, but that case only comes up, I believe, 1 in 216 solves. So you could call it lucky, you could call it unlucky. I would go with unlucky.
I mean, you can prevent it. Right?
you can prevent it, but sometimes you don't want to. Actually,
I
often.
mean, if it's your back pair, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to do any fancy algorithms to prevent it.
Yeah, it's context dependent. Anyways, Felix
On a
looking
second.
at a white cross.
Correct.
No lockups thus far, at least no big ones.
That looks
Slight.
good.
Okay,
6 move OLL A
A-perm.
perm.
Ah.
Oh, +2.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Felix with a 9.60.
2-second time penalty because that
Yeah.
cube is not solved
Yep.
completely.
Over 45 degrees off with a 90 degree off, 1 turn off. That's gonna put the pressure on because he's got what should be his worst solve and then one decent solve. Not like great, decent. It's like right around where Sean Patrick's average is at. So, not that he knows that or anything, but
You shouldn't.
I would hope not.
Well, unless you can hear the MC in the waiting area, but I assume that is not the case.
Yeah. So, Kevin also doing white.
No.
Kevin
That is not good.
8.25.
Counting 8 for Kevin now. Counting 8. He can do better than that. Now we'll see what Felix is made of.
Yeah. Nerves of steel or is it game over?
Or knees weak,
Mom spaghetti.
arms heavy. Wait, what?
But he
You got
keeps
the
on
order
forgetting.
wrong, man.
He keeps on forgetting.
Looking for blue.
Again with the long pause.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
T-perm.
Yep. That's all right. That's all right.
Felix with a
7.12.
7.12.
He's going to need to do pretty well on the next two to beat Sean. And even then, I don't think he's going to survive the coming competitors, especially Max Park.
Yeah. I mean, upcoming are still Bill Wang, Philip Wire, Sungyuk Nam, and Max Park, our defending champion. Kevin on yellow. Does he
Is he
know
gonna
the
do
case?
Zebula?
Does he know the case? Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
swag
690.
money.
Kevin
Swag
with
money.
6.90.
I love me some good ZBLL.
Now Felix need to pull out a very interesting trick
Yeah, ideally he
for
would want
making podium.
he would ideally want something in the 6.3 range, I would say.
Yeah, definitely 6 very low, maybe 5.
Yeah, based on what other people got, I think this is one of the better scrambles of the round, but
Yes.
it's hard to say. I don't see many like aligned cross edges, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad scramble. We'll see what we can get. Okay,
Red.
that's not a great start.
No.
And that's going to be diag.
E-perm. 661 though. I mean, for those
6.61.
cases, I mean, for that solve, it was not an easy solve, and he still got a 6.6.
Yeah, but he's not going to win.
that is
Guaranteed.
not enough.
Guaranteed no world champion titles for Felix Emdegs. First time this has happened since 2011. So 2011, 2013, 2015, 2017, he was a world champion in something. Not always 3x3, but something. And we are officially in a new era of cubing. You saw it here
His
first.
best average is only a 684, which would put
That
him
would put him
at
in
third place. So I think it's almost safe to say that he will not be on the podium this year.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Kevin,
though.
667.
Kevin's
is
like,
doing
yo,
what
shut
he
up
should.
about Felix and look at me. I'm still here.
Yeah. I mean,
I see you, Kevin. I see you.
I got two 8s, but that doesn't prevent me of getting more good times,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I mean, his best
Yeah, I'm a
average is
Ganguru
still.
too, you know. I'm up here. I'm out here putting in work.
Yeah, I've got another solve. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Why not? So the best solve of the tournament so far is still 4.82, if I'm correct.
For the whole weekend.
Of the whole, well,
that was by
4
Felix,
days.
I believe.
Yeah, 4 days. So Felix
at
still
least he's
holds the
got that.
fastest single solve. Maybe you can break that one now.
Yeah.
There he goes with blue. He chose to start on blue.
Okay, this is good.
This is going to be good.
Slight lockups, but
Felix with a 6.4.
secures his current third place, but he's got to get
Current-
through 4 really good competitors if he wants to keep a podium.
Current third place, 684. Yeah.
And now Kevin Gerhardt's last
The
solve.
competition is just that insane.
And Kevin's best possible average is 727, which I think he'll be pretty happy with. You know, he's just kind of happy to be here for the most part, although definitely a capable solver, as he is proving.
Now he knows this. No, U-perm.
Yeah, lockups.
758.
Kevin with a 7.58.
Still
That's
a
it for our
758
sixth and
average.
fifth seeds,
That
Felix
is
and Kevin.
plenty respectable for a World's Finals.
Okay, so we are only left with 2 battles. Our last 4 contestants.
Yep, top 4 time. And after this, we're going to have 1 guaranteed podium member. Whoever is first on the rankings after this head-to-head will be guaranteed podium.
That is right.
Could be Sean Patrick,
Our
or it
fourth
could be
place
Bill,
seed
or it could be
is the
Philip.
former four-blind world champion. Please welcome Canada's Bill Wang.
Nice way to introduce Bill, former poor blind world champion, even though he's known for so much more than that. So Bill coming in third, I believe, at the
Fourth.
fourth at
Oh, wait.
last World Championships.
Last Worlds, he got 5th.
Our
5th
third
behind
seed
Felix, who
is
got
the
4th.
current European record holder for 3x3 average and is ranked 3rd in the world. Please welcome Germany's Philipp Weyer.
Philip Weyer. So the last major competition, which was US Nationals 2018, he got 2nd over Max Park. So he is not unfamiliar to doing well at majors. He has also won Euros previously.
And obviously, Philip is Sebastian's younger brother by 3 minutes.
3 whole minutes.
3 whole minutes. I mean,
Looking to beat his brother as well, no less, because he's in 2nd right now.
Yeah. I mean, his official average is better than his brother.
But will his finals average be better?
So we're starting on the left side with Bill.
Yep. Familiar to doing well at big comps as well, getting 2nd at 2 US Nationals.
So Bill is also color neutral.
He is a color neutral solver. He's been around for a while as well.
Yep.
I think first comp was in 2011. One of the smoother turning styles as well.
Yeah, I always like watching Bill's souls. A joy to the eye.
Yeah, aesthetically pleasing, if you will.
Aesthetically pleasing, well put.
All right.
He did a sledge on the backside there.
Okay.
Jeeper.
I couldn't tell if that was a sledge or just like a jank lock-up.
8.52.
It's still 8.5.
I think it was a sledge.
Yeah, that's not a
All right,
Not a
now
strong
we'll see
start.
Philip. He lives in Willich, which is about 40 minutes drive from Cologne. That's a fun fact for you there.
Yeah, fun facts with Erik Akkersdijk. Solve one for Philip. This guy is not color neutral.
He only starts on white, but that doesn't prevent him from inspecting into the
Oh,
first
this is
two
rough.
pairs of
Oh no. Oh
F12,
no.
but that does not work on the
Philip
solve.
with a 9.63.
So we've seen this a few times. We've had a lot of people starting with really bad times. You know what it means. We've said it before. We'll say it again. Okay. So we're just getting news from Keaton. Given the fact that these guys are on track for, not great averages, everyone who started with a bad time hasn't exactly gotten a great average except for Sean.
Correct.
If neither of these guys can beat Sean's average, Sean will be guaranteed podium and the first Rue solver to ever podium at a Worlds.
That will popularize the method a lot.
Yes. Agreed. Big agree.
Now, if Bill can do a good second solve, that means nothing is over yet.
Bill with a
724.
7.24.
I believe he forced a diagonal PLL there, which I think was the wrong play.
That
I
is-
could be wrong, but I
that is
think that's what happened.
Okay-ish. Now Philip needs something good.
Yeah, the next four, there's got to be some good stuff in here.
I mean, on the plus side, Philip knows that he is only looking for those 4 cross pieces, and that's it.
Yeah, no, he is
No
like someone who
pauses
doesn't
there.
really know how to pause.
Oh, looks better,
he
but
does know how to
again,
lock
a
up,
choke on the
unfortunately.
OLL. No,
Yeah, that was-
Philip with a
726.
7.26.
That was like three pretty big lockups. And again, very unforgiving event.
Still, it's amazing that they can still do 726 after making so many mistakes during that solve.
But it makes you wonder, even 2 less lockups, that's like a 6.4, and that
Yep.
puts him back in it in a big way. Bless you.
All right, now their second solves don't mean that the average is totally lost, but they really need 3 good solves right now.
Yeah, the thing is, you get a 6.5 on the second, you're like, okay, you don't need to pick up the pace too much. 7.2, you want that to be your worst counting, ideally, when you're in this position.
Right, so what Bill now needs is some low 6s and
Pretty much,
3 of
low
them in a
mid.
row. Starting on red.
Yeah, lockups. I think he
Oh,
misturned on that
bit
third
pause.
pair as well.
No. H-perm, and
It's
that-
over.
It's
Game over, Bill.
Yep.
Bill with a 10.1.
Counting 852.
Yep.
That will not do it for him.
Yeah, looking good for Sean, our Rue solver from the Philippines. One of the many up-and-coming children. One of the younger children. The children are taking over, and that's okay. All right, Philip's third solve. Philip with a 6.24.
Philip with a
Yep.
6.24.
Sub-mid.
That's a good start. He needs 2 more of those.
Yeah, he's not out of it yet. Counting 7.26 is not completely bad.
So we just got word that cube comms is overflowing basically. Cube comms cannot handle all the clicks, so if you can, please get off cube comms so they can actually put in the scores and we can still use it.
Yeah. In the meantime, we do have a live results spreadsheet. I don't know if that can overflow. It's
I guess
basically the same thing.
Google has some resources.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's there in chat. Give it a
that
click.
is the link.
That's
Go check
the
it
new
out.
cube comps. That's the live results.
Now let's see if Bill can pull up some good singles
I
here.
think Bill's calm now because
Yeah,
and
that
EPERM
looks
again.
fine.
Good to execute.
Bill with a
Not great to recognize.
6.61.
So good enough.
661 with an E-perm.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do not have to be ashamed of that.
Yeah. The other solves on the other hand. All right, Philip, see what he can do. Counting 7.26. Remember, he's trying to beat a 6.78 average by Sean.
So after this solve, we might know for sure if Sean is already on the podium.
It's looking good.
No, that's a good solve.
All right.
597.
Philip with a 5.97.
It's not over yet for
Okay,
Philip.
best case scenario, 649 average, which would put him ahead of Sean and guarantee him podium. but worst case scenario, 771, which would mean no dice, and Sean is guaranteed podium.
No pressure.
Zero pressure.
So going back to Bill, Bill is up for his last solve now. His best possible average is a 746, which would put him in 6th right now.
Yeah, which is already worse than his previous Worlds performance.
Yeah, let's see what he does. He starts on blue.
Looks like he messed up inspection.
Yeah, there was a definite mistake there.
Just finishing OLL now.
So he
Bill with a
actually did do the
9.83.
lefty J-perm, so the one that Michal Żuławski choked on.
Yep, and that gives him an 8.
And now everything comes down to this last solve from Philip Vaya. Let's see what he can do. This is going to be really, really, really important. So don't blink, stay tuned, hold your breath.
But don't hold it for too long, or else you'll pass out.
I mean, with his speed, I think you're not in danger of passing out.
I just don't want anyone
Alright, here we
trying
go.
to. All right. It's looking good.
This is still looking good. No chokes, no chokes.
Oh, that
perm.
cancel.
673. What is that average? What is that average?
Okay, Phillips in first.
674. That
He's
is
in
first
And that's
place
it
right
for
now.
number 3 and 4 rank.
So
That
Phillips,
guarantees Philip for the podium.
guaranteed podium for Philip, getting second place US Nationals last year, and now a guaranteed podium at the World Championships. Considering last Worlds he didn't make the final,
Is everyone ready to
he's
see
got
the
to be feeling
last
pretty
10
good
solves of
about
World
it.
Championships 2019?
Wow. I mean, that was really hard after starting with that 9 and then a 7. There was total
We just have
top
one
pressure
request
for him, and he
of
pulled
people
out
watching on the
6,
stream.
5,
Please
and
stop reloading
6.
cube comps.
Very impressive.
Well done to Phil.
It's crashing and we can't print
Incredible.
certificates.
Yeah, the announcement here from the MC as well that we should get off of cube comps because it's overloading.
Yep, off a few pumps and onto the spreadsheet.
Our second place seed is the current Asian champ in 3 through 6 and one-handed. Please welcome the Republic of Korea's
So our
Sung-hyuk
final
Nam.
battle. It is going to be Sung-hyuk Nam from Republic of Korea. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. And now the goats.
Our
Get ready
number
for the
1
goats.
seed is the defending
It's the one
world
and
champion.
only.
Please welcome
It's
the United
Max.
States.
Here's Max
Max.
Already
Park.
won 5 events this weekend. Will it be 6?
Our defending world champion Max Park from the United States. Will he go back to back? Will he do the full sweep of 3 to 7?
Yeah. Will he be the first person to win 6 events at a World Championship with
So
the
he's
previous
al-
record of 5?
So he's already won the 4x4, the 5x5, the 6x6, the 7x7, and one-handed events. Insane, absolute goats,
This would
greatest
also make
of all time.
This would also make him the second person to be a back-to-back world champion in 3x3.
That is right.
The second person to win all 4 rounds of 3x3 in the same weekend.
That is also right. Wow.
Meanwhile, he's up against Seung-hyuk, who got second at the last Worlds.
Oh, remember that timer thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
this time we got
man.
O-rings, so we should be fine. So this is a big storyline for both of these two. Number 1 and number 2 of Worlds 2017 going at it. A lot on the line, especially for Max Park.
So I talked to Nam beforehand, and he actually said that he would prefer not to go against Max in the finals, and I can totally understand that.
Yeah, because the storyline, it's very real. Seung-hyuk is another cuber who actually switched from dual cross white and yellow to color neutrality, previously using white and yellow, had a sub-8 official average with that, and then switched to color neutral later on.
Yeah, proving that now because he started on blue. This is good.
6.80.
Seung-hyuk with a 6.80.
Definitely
he must
a
be
good start.
really confident. I mean, after his really good performances on 4 and 5x5,
Yeah, he's got some podiums under his belt already.
and Asian records as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, don't blink. It's Max Park time. And he's off. He chose the yellow cross. 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, Olo.
V
Ooh, that is not very good.
Max with a 7.70.
Yeah. Like I said before, there was a lot on the line for Max. Being the first person to get more than 5 world champion titles at once, this is like GOAT status type stuff.
Pressure is on.
Yeah. And meanwhile for Seung Hak, this could be redemption from Worlds 2017, and he could be the world
yes.
champion.
So-
So something else to talk about.
If you would consider this a battle, then it's 1-0 now for Nam.
Yeah.
And he's off, choosing the white cross this time.
Some lockups, but
J Perm. Oh, he chose the. Oh, 687.
Seung with a 6.87.
So again, the same PLL as Michal Javuski and Bill Wang. He chose the RUL algorithm, but
he
it worked.
executed it. He's good with the pressure, so he's got
It
a pretty
worked.
strong start.
Yeah.
On pace for near podium, although he'll have to do marginally better on the next 3 to secure it. Meanwhile, Max is in a bit of danger here.
But if anyone can do it, it's Max Park. Starting on white as well. Ooh, he's got those 2 pairs in really quickly.
Looking good.
That is good. That is good.
Max with a 6.42.
This is really up in the air. Philip could be world champion. It could happen. Any of these 3 people could be world champion.
Imagine Philip watching this.
Yeah. Could be back-to-back world champion for Max. Could be 2017 redemption for Seung Hyuk. Or it could be a first for Philip Via. I don't think he's even had a world's podium.
He was European champion already, so
Yeah, but this is so much bigger,
this is
obviously.
worlds. This is worlds.
This is worldwide, baby.
European championships, you don't have to race against Nam. You don't have to race against Max.
You have to race against Felix.
And he's off. Red Cross. Ooh, some good starts.
Slight pause, but some
Does he
good-
notice? Does he notice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on that.
7:40.
He's on that
Seung
level.
Hyuk with a 7.40.
So Seung Hyuk,
Solid. Solid.
yeah. Yeah, his next 2 are going to have to be his best 2 if he wants first,
Mm-hmm.
or even second or third for that matter, actually.
Yeah, that's right. All of his 3 solves so far are worse than the best average so far, which is 674 by Philip Vaya.
Yeah, and all but 1 are worse than third.
And now this solve is going to be important for Max. He's got that 770, and he wants to keep that out of his counting times, of course.
Yeah, doing yellow, looking very
this
good.
is going to be good. This is going to be good.
Ah, slight lockup,
Slight
but
lockup,
not too
G-Perm.
bad.
Oh,
657.
Max with a 6.57.
and that is counting.
Yeah, Max is bringing it back big time. His counting is a 657 going into the last 2.
Yes.
The 770 is definitely dangerous.
He is owning up to his status here.
Seung Hyuk getting ready for solve number 4.
So exciting.
And obviously being world champion, this means so much for all 3 of these people's careers in cubing.
And you'll have this title for 2 years.
Yeah.
687.
Seung
Okay,
Hyuk with a
Seung's out of it.
6.87.
So Philip guaranteed top 2.
So there's Philip. Yeah.
Philip guaranteed top 2.
Said it.
Sean guaranteed top 3. Yeah, Rue is on podium. Rue is guaranteed on the podium.
That is a first.
Yeah,
That
so-
is a first.
So Sean could get second or third. This will all depend on Max Park.
Oh, he's up for green cross.
Yeah.
Pair. Some
Oh.
slight hesitation there.
692.
692.
So what's the
6.92.
best case scenario?
Best case scenario is 664, so nothing's decided yet. It will all
Yeah.
depend on the last solve.
Yep, so Max can still win, and he doesn't necessarily need his best solve, but he does need a good solve. Because that 692 is now counting. Seung-hyuk, on the other hand, is unfortunately out of the running for podium. This is going to decide if Max Park is the world champion or if Philipp Weyer gets the upset and is the 2019 world champion. But for now, Seung-hyuk doing his last solve.
And outside of the camera's view, Philipp is watching and he can barely watch. His nerves must be trembling.
Yeah, like I said, this would mean so much for Philipp.
This is a good solve.
633.
633. Yeah.
With a 6.33.
So he does get his 685 average, just shy of podium, giving him
Puts
a
him
fifth place.
In 5th place at the moment.
At the moment, obviously. And now Max Park. Will he get back-to-back GOAT status? Or will it be Philipp?
Oh, man.
Dude, this is so huge. This is literally everything right now. All right.
Look how calm he looks. Blue. It does look good. 7 flat, 7 flat.
Phil did it.
Philipp did it.
Philipp.
Philipp is
Yo.
the new world champion.
Dude.
Wow. So Max's average is 683. That puts him in 4th.
Fourth place.
4th.
Philipp Weyer, first place. Sean, second place with
Wow.
Rue. And then Seb Weyer, third. So the twins podiumed. The Weyer twins podiumed.
Philipp Weyer, our new world champion in
Let's
Rubik's
get a huge
Cube
round of applause
303.
for all of our finalists for 3x3.
And his brother
grand
also in the
final.
3rd place. Wow. It is announced here. Wow. It's official.
I don't think anyone would have predicted this podium, by the way. Philipp first, Sean Patrick second, Sebastian Weyer third.
Wow. He's going.
No one would
He's
have predicted
going
this.
absolute nuts.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that last solve it started really well, that solve of Max, but then in the end he did choke a little bit.
Yeah, he choked a little bit. Meanwhile, Philipp, he started with a 9.6
Yeah.
and then he won.
I mean, mad respect for coming back that good.
Yeah. Started with his worst solve and then his worst counting afterwards.
Wow.
Absolute beast.
Wow. Okay, so stay tuned. We will start with the prize ceremony quite soon.
Yeah,
And-
we will be swapping out with Keaton and James. They will be doing the award ceremony.
And of course, we will try to get our winner in front of the mic, of course.
Yeah, we should do a winner interview for
Are
Philipp.
you guys wishing to set
Absolutely.
up for awards quickly?
I'm gonna try again.
So hang around.
Alright.
We'll be doing that very
So,
shortly.
ladies and gentlemen, this was next to me, Jayden McNeill.
And this has been Erik Akkersdijk.
Thank you so much for the stream, for
Peace
watching.
out.
And you'll be now joined by Keaton Ellis and James Molloy. Have fun.
Stay tuned.
Oh my god!
I'm freaking out!
Oh my god! We didn't have to stream this, so we're
What?
just like sitting off on the side like school children going like this and our chairs freaking out.
What an amazing final. That
Oh
was
my
insane.
God.
That was absolutely insane. Like 0.11 between 1st and 6th.
Jeez. Oh my God! Watching Sean Patrick Villanueva, dude. We casted two of the three podiumers. Booyah! We
Oh
told you the
my
top 16 were going to be
goodness.
exciting. The bottom 8 did not disappoint.
Absolutely not. And Philipp, that was clutch. Started with a 9.6 and brought it back, clutched it with
Yeah.
that 5.
Good
the
673
fourth
single at the end as well. Max Park, 4th place.
Yeah.
1114 for him.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
Worlds 2017. Where did Felix come?
4th,
Yeah.
1114.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So exciting. We hope you guys have had a fun time. I mean, we were freaking out when we were casting.
we were just
freaking
sitting
out
to the
even
side.
more over there.
We were just like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. Like we couldn't control ourselves.
Once we realized that Seung-hyuk could not get sub 685, like his best was 685, we're like, okay, Sean Patrick just podiumed.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh my God, Max Park needs 671 on the last one to win.
And how
then he-
nervous he was, how much he was shaking.
Yeah, there was visible shaking on the 7-7 and the 7-0.
And we've got cheering for Philipp right
There's-
now.
People are very excited, very happy for him. He has been missing out on a world's podium for 3x3 for quite a while.
Yeah, he's been consistently up at the top, and
just has never been able to make it.
2019, and he's finally topped everyone.
This is his year. Congratulations to him. Very happy to see him do well in the finals.
Absolutely insane results. all
And
across the board.
good nerves control too. Like you
Yeah.
were saying, starting with the 9, you have to keep yourself under control at that point.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, how do you get a 9 and then just pump out 6s and 5s?
I mean, literally the worst that anyone did on the first scramble,
Yeah,
and then comes back to win it.
crazy. Absolutely insane.
I mean, and congratulations to all our other finalists as well.
Yeah.
People did very well. Worst average, 867.
Yep.
Like, Christian, nervous, first finals.
Yeah,
and we can go all the
absolutely.
way up to people who've been here for 10 years at this point.
Yeah,
Some of these guys.
Exactly. Felix's first Worlds was 2011,
Yeah.
where he came third.
Freaked out in the finals against
Yeah.
Michal Pleskovic
Yeah.
and Ro Hessler. First in 2013, first in 2015,
Yeah.
fourth in
2017.
2017, and now here we are, 2019. Fifth.
Yeah. But he's still up there, and
Yeah.
he's not far off. He's
Yeah, and it's-
only 0.1 off.
Right, and it's not like he did poorly as well. Like, okay, sure, he +2, but it didn't matter. Counting 6-6, 6-7, 7-1, any other competition round you would expect him to
Yeah.
do really well.
And the other thing with Felix, white only.
Yeah. White only wins.
Yep. And how many color neutral people are in this final? Quite
Max
a number.
Park, Felix Zemdegs, Sung Hyuk Nam. It seems like a lot of the crosses were not that good.
Yep.
And then subsequently, the better crosses did not have good F12 continuations. And
Yeah.
you saw time and time again, Felix, Sung Hyuk, Timon, Juliette, they kept doing a lot of red and a lot of orange.
And we were saying for those last few solves, the third and fourth solve, when Sung Hyuk was doing them, we were like, he was looking at blue, looking at green, and then they looked at orange and red, and they started doing it, and we were saying, no, it's a trap. We've seen this on all the other ones. There's a really good start, really good cross +1, and then the continuation is just horrible.
Yep. Max Park didn't fall into that quite as much due to the fact that his red and orange are a little less prevalent than the other
Yep.
four colors. He tends to solve on white, yellow, blue, green, but still. Somehow, for this average, you needed to do white only.
Yeah.
The crosses may not have been the best, but the continuations were fine. Last layer cases were good.
Yep.
You saw tons of G perms, tons of E perms, tons of V perms, like
Yep.
some of the worst possible PLLs that you can get.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Sean Patrick Villanueva with his last solve, 6.00.
Yeah.
Little EO U2, and that was all of last six edges.
When we were watching that, I was like, oh no, he's pausing before LSE. We literally didn't see that on any other solve. He definitely saw something that forced a skip. That
we
it was
couldn't
just 4
see
moves,
because
right?
he was
Or-
turning so fast.
Yeah. But,
It was amazing.
Yeah, and Philip Via at warm-up Sydney,
Didn't even make the finals.
he came 17th in the semi.
794 average in the semifinals. That's warm-up Sydney.
Yep.
That's why you need to take things one competition at a time. He
Yeah.
had a good composure. He did really well. Obviously, he's going out to celebrate right now and, celebrate and be excited. We're
Yeah.
bringing him up right now. I see Erik coming over. We're going to try and get him on stream for you
let's try and
guys
grab
for a
him.
quick
Let's try and
interview.
grab him.
Eric's trying to bring him up, but every single person on the stairs, every
trying to
single person
congratulate
near
him,
him
yeah.
are giving him hugs, taking pictures, asking
Getting him
for
to
autographs,
signatures.
filming him.
He must be absolutely elated
And
right now.
he is the target at this competition at this
Yeah.
point. He is this competition's #1. And we're going to bring him on. James, you want to do the honors?
No, go. Be my guest. Be my guest.
All right, Phil.
How's it going, boys?
Congratulations, dude. Oh, it's good to see you. Congrats.
Oh, fuck.
Take a seat.
Have a seat. Congratulations.
How you doing?
I'm pretty sick.
But, oh, man. Did you catch it from Seb?
I think I infected Seb and he reinfected me or something.
Oh, geez. Well, we've got a little bit of a sick winter right now, but apart from that, how do you feel? First place?
Yeah, it's weird.
What did you... Okay, I got a couple of questions for you. First off, when you're walking out there and you're getting this average, what are you thinking about sort of on solve 4, on solve 5, you get the 5, you get the 6. What do you think? How do you think other people did at that point? Do you feel like you've just placed yourself in the first?
I mean, after the 5, I knew what kind of average I could get theoretically.
Yeah.
Then was like, just get the best time possible, and I mean, like it was basically done after the 4th solve, right? So I didn't really have the pressure.
How did the
after
9
that.
affect you?
Not as much as I would have expected.
Yeah?
Like after the 9, I just thought, yeah, okay, well, let's just do this then. Get 4 good solves.
You think it took pressure off you to actually get that instead of having something really good and, you know?
Usually I'm really under pressure after something like that, but somehow didn't happen.
That's awesome. What did you think about your competition? How did other people do? What about your brother getting third? Did you know that your brother got third?
Yeah, right. It's just
It's a little sick. Don't mind him.
what did he get?
Seb got 681 as a
nice.
13th seed.
Holy.
And then Rue got 2nd place. Sean Patrick Villanueva.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
There's 0.11 between first and 6th.
Yeah.
Really?
We saw you celebrating down there. Are you going to do anything after this to have some fun? Celebrate? Enjoy your win?
There's a casino right here.
Oh, man. Okay.
Don't promote gambling! Don't promote gambling!
Phil is going to have a little bit of fun. But, I mean, congratulations, dude. I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to the stream or anyone you want to shout out right now?
Thanks for watching.
Are there any other people you'd like to shout out?
I have no idea who even is watching the stream.
All right.
So,
Well, congratulations to you.
thanks, mate.
It's good to see you as a world champion.
Thanks.
And best of luck
Yeah,
at other
cheers.
competitions.
Oh man, that is really, really exciting. I did not expect it to be that close. It came all down to the very last solve.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You saw James and me freaking out on the side over here. We were just like totally engaged with every single solve. We're seeing people do fine. People did well. Sunghyuk 685, Felix 684, Max 683.
Those are not bad average. That is world class.
Right. And you can
still.
even see people come back. Kevin Gerhardt starting with 8882, coming back to get a decent 7.5 average. Like, people did not do that poorly, and yet, I mean, every single solver, like, Sean Patrick's still on the podium. Sean Patrick's still on the podium. Phillips now first. I mean, very exciting.
Very
We're glad
exciting,
to
yeah.
have casted this for you guys.
After that 4th solve of Nam, I mean, it was already clear Philip was going to be at least second, and
Yeah.
then, oh man, that very last solve of Max. It was such a good solve actually at the start.
Yeah, and he locked up a little bit and got a little nervous.
Yeah.
We could see his hands shaking on both the 7.7 that he got and a little bit on the end of his 7.0.
But at the start, he looked really calm. Like his hands were calm. He was starting fine, and then at the very end, the nerves kicked in.
That's what happens when you're thinking about what could be, and you're trying to pressure yourself into that situation.
Yeah.
You start changing your mindset. You start thinking differently, and it sometimes, I mean, 1/3 of a second was the difference between Max making podium
That's all, yeah.
and Max winning.
That one moment where you're in a good solve, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be good. And right at that moment, you're starting to lock up.
Yeah, and you start thinking differently, and just things happen.
And then
But-
you ruin your own solve. That's it.
But I mean, I'm very glad to see this fantastic, very interesting final. Things coming down to the wire for a lot of competitors, and a brand new world champion.
Yeah. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought that. I mean, I'm good friends with Philip, so I was hoping for him, but I mean, there's so many other good people.
Right. Like, I was thinking, like, Phil's got a really good chance at a podium.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's what we always think, right?
Right,
And then
exactly.
sometimes he misses, or he gets beaten by his brother again, like in Athens. But this time he owned up to his standards, right?
So now Seb in the household has 2 world championship podiums, both 3rd place, and Phil's got 1. I mean,
Yeah.
that's as impressive as a cubing family as you can possibly get.
Right. So Sebastian, 4x4 world champion, previous, not anymore.
Now 2nd.
Now second.
And he did pretty well, too, at this world championship. 3rd in 3x3, 2nd in 4x4. Obviously no wins, but
I mean, he
both
was-
of those are very good placements.
He was hoping a lot, of course, on regaining his title for 4x4,
Yeah.
and he was sick.
And I mean, I sent him to bed yesterday. I gave him a sleeping pill. I'm like, Sebastian, you got to go to bed early. And he did exactly that, and he owned up to it. So
And his performance showed.
proud of it. Proud. Yeah. Oh man, I'm kind of hoping we can get Sean Patrick Villanueva as well.
It may be difficult to find him.
Yeah. I mean, Philip is easily traceable. I mean, he's got.
Philip hasn't even left the streaming area right now.
There
Every
is-
single
there
time
is-
he tries to move, there's another person wanting his picture.
There
and
is
his
no way.
autograph.
There's no way he's gonna get down because everybody wants to congratulate him.
Yeah.
And there's like 100 flights of stairs, 100 steps of stairs down to the podium.
I mean, being the world champion like increases your value quite a bit. And
I
Yeah.
guess so.
people now want his autograph quite a bit more
he
than
is,
they used
he
to.
is absolutely stuck just there.
Just cannot move.
There's literally a queue of people in 3 directions trying to get his autograph, a picture with him.
I mean, who wouldn't? Why would you not want a picture or an
Right.
autograph of Philip Vire?
He's not gonna move from there for a while.
No. Probably when the prize ceremony is starting, he will still be stuck right here, and he has
Yeah.
not moved a single
And
meter.
The sea the sea of people will have to part to allow him to get down there to accept his trophy, first place. I hope he packed enough room in his bags for it.
Oh yes. So they're getting the stage ready, as you can see, or well, you could see right away.
We've got
just
us right
just
now.
before the cam switched. There are some nice trophies out there.
Yeah, he is gonna be
The podium
going
is
home with
getting
a
ready.
very nice trophy looking thing. There you can see one of our great stream members down below, and then Philip. There's Philip W. Jacket. He's moved about 10 feet from when he did that quick interview with us. And that's the place where no one else is allowed to go. So
He doesn't even. It's not even able. He's not even able to go into the staircase. Basically.
it's very, very impressive results for him.
Hold on.
We are getting a couple of stats in right now from the finals. You can see, or we can see that people averaged significantly better on the last solve than they did on any of the others.
That's
the
right.
average for the first solve was 7.99, by far the worst solve. Although the color neutral people tended to do better on this one, and then worse than some of
that's
the
right.
other solves.
It is really surprising actually to me because the last solve is usually the worst. So those people that already have one bad solve, I mean, if they get the pressure on their last solve, they tend to mess up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that means that the last scramble was certainly not the worst.
Yeah. Like I was saying very early on, there was. I need a 3x3. Aha,
There you go.
We did have on one of the scrambles a blue, white edge and the blue, white, and orange corner paired together. So quite a few people either did white or blue to take advantage of that. And then both of the Rue users did blue block with that as their first pair.
And there was also a solve, I believe, where like this block of green, orange, and white was quite easy to make. So I think Felix was one of those that started with that. And we can confirm this obviously after we get the scrambles because we don't have access to them right now.
Yeah. But Philip still has yet to move.
No, Philip has actually moved. No,
He hasn't moved.
nothing at all.
That's fine. Award ceremony should be starting soon, but they're still getting ready for that. And so we'll be keeping eyes on Philip for a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like all the prizes are set on the stage.
Looks like we're going to get ready relatively soon. I'm going to swap out for James right here and go take a quick water break. And I'll be right back.
All right.
Do you want to go? No idea. He was quite ill, so I think he ran.
Oh, he's right there.
Can you?
Oh, there you have a look at those nice prizes indeed. They look to be made out of acrylic glass, like trophies are usually made of. It's quite rigid. They don't break during the flights, hopefully. And welcome back, James.
Hello.
Wow.
So we're just trying to get some classifications, the top 3. We're going to do a little bit of spiel on each of them. Hopefully we can get that soon, but I'm getting aired on the walkie-talkies.
Yeah, and after all, I mean, the MC was right. Jean-Patrick Villanueva is the best route solver out there.
Fun fact, Sean Patrick
Hey guys,
Villanueva
we're
went to
about
his
to get started
first
with
competition
the award
2
ceremony.
months after
So
the last
if
World
you
Championship.
are on
What?
And he's
a
come here and come
world
second.
podium,
2 months
Australian
after the
national
last World
podium,
Championship, so he hasn't been
or your name
competing
is Dana
for 2
Yee,
years yet.
That's
please come
correct.
up to the yellow stage side of the table where I'm pointing
Wow.
right now.
That is super
This
impressive.
Yes.
That is some
world podium.
crazy.
Australian
How many
national
competitions has
podium.
did he
And
go to so
Dana
far?
Yee.
I think I got rid of his.
This competition is acting as the Australian Nationals
Yeah,
this year
huge
as well.
congratulations to Max. with-
18 competitions.
Yeah. So huge congratulations to Max. 5
Obviously.
first places. That equals Felix's tally from 2013, where he swept, 3 to 7, but not 6 by 6, and he also took OH. So 3, 4, 5, 7, and one-handed.
So he tied the most wins for one World Championship.
Yep. And Max has taken it this competition with 4, 5, 6, 7, and one-handed.
Wow. And it was really close for him to get a full sweep, right? Because we have been discussing this previously. Is he gonna get 3 to 7 NOH?
If anyone
And
is
it
missing
really was
anything
close.
that they have brought with them, please go to
So
Lost
Sean
Property at the
Patrick's
registration desk
first competition was
immediately.
Philippine
There is a
Championship
massive
2017,
pile of stuff
where he
there
got
that's
a
just been left behind.
24 single.
Or
And
handed in.
his,
That was in September
So please check all of your
2017.
belongings.
then his next competition,
It's not
which
just
was
you.
April
It is
2018, so 6 months later, he got sub 10.
And not even sub 10 by a bit.
Yeah, sub 10 by a lot, 9.3.
9.36. And then it took a while until he improved again, 9.28.
I wonder if he used Rue at that Philippine Championship 2017.
That's a good question.
What have you got? Classifications?
A laptop with the admin password.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So we're getting some technical reinforcements right now
Yeah.
to aid us at the prize ceremony.
Yep, that'll be pretty good. At some point, somebody knocked the camera, by the way.
Oh.
We're now a bit drunk, so
Whatever.
yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. And Sean Patrick Villanueva got his first sub 8 average this year. That is insane.
His rate of improvement is crazy. And the craziest thing about his solves,
Oh, he didn't even get sub 7 until his second to last competition before Worlds. So he hit sub 7 in June.
and then he just did it in a Worlds final.
That
and
is
he's 11 years
insane.
old.
So Jean Patrick Villanueva, World Champion 2021 confirmed.
Yeah, with a sub 4 average. Seriously though, he can really still improve his times.
Yeah.
You've seen his LSEs, absolutely crazy. But his first block and second block need a lot of work. And if he can get those better and more efficient and turn faster on those, he's going to be an absolute freight train in the 3x3 world.
I mean, those M moves. It's like he knows all the cases, but it's not obviously that's not the case. Right, you're right. So we have now an overview of all of the podiums. Is that in the order as well? So we're gonna start with that.
Presumably.
National podiums. Or your name is Dana Yee. Please come up to
So the announcer, I don't know if you caught that, they said, if you got an Australia podium, or if your name is Dana Yee, please come up. So for those who aren't aware, this was Australian Nationals. Obviously, the Speedcubing Australia staff and teams have put in so much work for this. They don't want to do another big competition in just a couple of months' time. So this is Australian Nationals. So before we do all the World's podiums, there will be some quick Australian National Championship podiums.
Right. So they're gonna do that first.
I believe they're going to do that first, and then after that they'll do the actual World Championship podiums.
So that should give Philip enough time to finally get out of here and start moving in the direction of the stage, which he seems to be doing.
So all the podium finishers have been asked to gather in that corner, which is freezing, but it looks like there is an absolute ton of competitors down there. And And I see a ton of flags of all kinds crowding into that corner. I see cameras,
I guess
boom mics.
We can put it in. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's official World Championship apparel.
And we've been streaming for 3 days now, 12 hours a day, and there's 4 of us, so we're spending at least 50% of our time here.
That's right.
That's a lot of talking. It's important to keep your throat healthy. It's important to stay hydrated, especially with all the illness going around.
Oh,
so we
definitely,
need to be
yeah.
drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, I'm going to propose for next World Championships for everybody who's scrambling to disinfect their hands before they start.
Yeah.
Because everybody's sniffing around here.
Yeah, I would recommend that for every competition.
Yeah.
Organisers, buy a big bottle of hand sanitizer, put it on the scramble table.
Right.
Keep those hands clean, keep those cubes clean.
Yeah, remind everybody after they visit the toilet, go wash your hands. Hygiene is important.
Absolutely.
You don't want to miss your flight because your sinuses are clogged.
Yeah. That would be not ideal. I'm still very excited.
Yeah.
I'm not calm.
Also, Philip beat Max Park and the rest twice, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he won Nations Cup
Oh,
and
yeah,
the main
he did.
Yeah, not to forget. With all the excitement, you would almost forget it. He won Nations Cup as well.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I would say that win is 70% Cornelius Diekman getting that first 6 out against Max Park,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
giving Germany
that was
the
clutch
big
from
lead.
Connie.
Yeah.
I really like the switch they did from the last Rubik's Nations Cup, because if you remember, they started with Sebastian, then did Connie in the middle, then did Philip
yeah.
last. Whereas this time they swapped Connie and Philip over, so Connie started.
Some technical changes.
Yeah, and it paid off, and they got like 18.72 in the first round.
So maybe next time Nations Cup finals, best of 3, first of 2 wins.
I would like to see best of 3. I would also like to see more countries involved. Obviously,
Right.
a few countries missed out here because of the way it worked.
Yeah, it's hard to find that good balance between having multiple countries and then some really good teams missing out because their country just has so many good cubers.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, USA 4 would have been seeded like 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
USA 5 would have been seeded like 12th or 13th.
Right.
But whilst the US might like to see 12 US teams, it's not so good for the rest of the world.
No.
We want a lot of representation for the Nations Cup. So
I think over the years it's going to be better because cubing will be bigger in more countries. I mean, up-and-coming countries like maybe Philippines, and next time maybe Greece will have a team as well with Anthony if he gets 2 more good cubers on his
hopefully
side.
Denmark will be able to provide a team next time. They have some
Definitely.
very, very talented cubers. Unfortunately, only 2 of them could make it this time, so they couldn't form a team.
Right, so they're missing a third as well. Any other countries where that is the case?
Did Korea submit a team?
I don't think so.
I don't think
No.
they did. So
They
Republic
could've.
of Korea could. They also have a lot of talented cubers, so they could provide an amazing team.
Taiwan did
Taiwan
not
did
provide
not-
a team.
Yeah, so they could have some amazing cubers.
Yeah, Russia didn't provide a team.
Yeah, and they also have some amazing cubers.
They do.
Malaysia unfortunately had to drop out because one of their cubers couldn't make it.
I was happy to see New Zealand though.
Oh yeah,
They
I was
dropped
very
in.
and they made it past the first round as well.
Yeah.
They upset France too, who are some really talented.
Yeah, that
people.
was not a bad team, France too. That
Yeah.
was quite surprising.
Yep. And yeah, wow, what a world championship! What has been? Okay, apart from the Rubik's Nations Cup and the 3x3
So apart
final,
from everything, that's 3x3 speed.
what was your favorite part of the world championship? It can be a result you got. It can be a final you watched or commentated.
I mean, besides the whole of the World Championships being
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. So for me personally, I thought Stanley Chappell's 4x4 blind record was insane because
Yeah.
he was like double as fast as the number 2.
Yeah. Before Bill's result came in, he was a factor 2 better. So
Yeah.
he was over twice as good as 3rd place.
But then again,
Crazy.
also Max's 7x7 world records.
Oh, I loved casting that. That was crazy. The first solve where he started 3x3 stage at 135, I was just like, that's a world record, that's a world record,
It
that's
is,
a world record.
yeah.
And then it was. And then that second solve, and we were like, oh no, he's lost it on this one. He's going to get a 155. And then he did like a 5-second 3x3 stage.
It's like you finished your sentence and then boom, he was done.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, he's starting 3x3 stage at 145. Oh.
And of course, don't forget it, U-perm. Just
U-perm?
U-perm.
U-perm?
Scoop.
Oh yeah, the Scoob U-perm.
Scoop.
The scramble that provided a solution of a U-perm. That was absolutely insane.
Getting that scramble in the World Championships is crazy.
Yeah.
It's still quite unfortunate that it was provided to
Not the fastest group.
To not the fastest group. Yeah.
I think it was the second or third fastest group that got it. I can't really remember. But either way, there was a world record and a ton of top 50 world ranks there.
Although, I mean, going back again, 3 blind, that was impressive as well.
Yeah.
Manuel Gutmann winning.
How clutch was that by him? He's never got a sub 20 before this competition. In the semi-final, gets a 20 on that second solve, 20 flat, and then in the final produces a 18.44 to win. And it just scrapes ahead of Gianfranco and Stanley. So 3 18s. 18 was the podium.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
a ridiculous podium.
Jake Klaassen as well. You know, he missed out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Max Hilliard triple DNF the semis. That was a real shame.
That would have been a really cool battle.
Yeah. Make predictions where the next Worlds will take place.
That is a good one.
Maybe not make a prediction, but where would you like to see Worlds in 2021?
Okay, so preferably a country where I haven't competed yet. So I always like gathering new countries. I'm at 25 right now, so I would like to add some of that. I'm gonna say Korea.
Yeah. I think that's my number 1 place as well. I would love for
But
Worlds to be in...
now you have to pick a different one.
Oh, no, you've ruined it for me. Yeah, I would love for it to be in Seoul, but if I have to pick a different one...
Okay, number 2 then. Pick your number 2.
Pick my number 2.
Yeah.
I would love to see Worlds in Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, in the Tokyo metro area somewhere, that would be a fantastic competition.
That's right.
I definitely, like very, very close behind Japan would definitely be China, anywhere in China. So last time Guangzhou and Beijing made a bid, so they're probably going to bid again.
Yeah.
They know what Melbourne did to get the win, so they're gonna up their game to try and get a bid in.
I assume they got some feedback on their bids as
Of
well,
course,
so they
yes.
know exactly what to improve. They've already done it, so they've already made up the connections.
Yep, they've seen the Melbourne bid and what it took for them to win, so...
That would be nice. Also, it would be a nice chance to get a little bit more into the Chinese cubing communities, because there has been happening a lot of cubing in China, but part of that is unofficial, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that is just a shame, you know?
Yeah. And Japan as well. The language barrier being quite a big problem makes the Japanese community quite isolated. And something else I was thinking of, I'm very surprised that the Japanese cubers, all the Japan 1, 2, and 3, none of them actually used a Japanese color scheme.
Whereas, that is totally out now.
But no, it's not. Apparently, I've heard that of the cubers in Japan, about 40, 50% still use Japanese color scheme.
Right. That is interesting. So, for example, Mitsuki Gunji, he does not use Japanese color scheme anymore.
No.
He switched.
Yep. The most prominent Japanese color scheme users were Usajima and
Yu
Nakajima, and Usajima was not using Japanese color scheme this competition.
Right. Huh. I did not really even think about that when I saw them, but now that you say it, I mean, I've seen Mitsuki Gunji solve, and yeah. Huh.
So
maybe they just got tired of switching the stickers.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I think we're looking for China, Korea, or Japan.
That would be cool.
That would be amazing.
I mean, if you go through the cycle, it would be time to get it back in Asia.
Yep, definitely.
How about Singapore?
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be cool as well.
It would be humid, but it would be amazing.
And it would be really easy to go there, because most of the flying technically, aero technical, lots of flights go through Singapore.
Tons of flights go through Singapore because they've got those.
But then again,
hubs.
A lot of flights go through Dubai as well.
But is Dubai big enough of a cubing community to make a bid?
Dubai is big enough.
Dubai is big enough, but it would take a team of external delegates I think, to work.
You need a good local team, and then you need a very good external team as well.
Yeah, if you think about the last few Worlds that have happened, so obviously this one, Speedcubing Australia, they have 6 or 7 delegates all across the country. They've been working really hard to get this together. Paris, France, they had a big team of 8 delegates.
Yeah, I mean, in the middle of Europe, it's going to be quite easy.
Yeah. Brazil before that, obviously they have a huge team of delegates. Thailand, they didn't have a huge team of Thai delegates. There was a couple of them, but they had a huge team of
they made it work very well. Yeah.
And obviously US doesn't need an explanation.
Yeah.
US had tons of delegates.
And the connection to Mr. Bayok were quite important as well. You know, the owner of the venue,
Sky Hotel,
Bayok Sky Tower, and Mr. Pitchitpan, if anybody remembers who that is. Right. Organizing it in the Netherlands. Now, well, Netherlands is probably gonna do a bid for Euros first.
Yeah. So they announced that quite soon after Madrid. They're looking to do a bid for Euros.
Yes.
But we don't know what other European countries.
No, nothing is set in stone, of course.
No. I suspect Minsk, Belarus might make a bid. They obviously bid for Worlds.
They wanted to do Worlds.
Yeah.
Although it is really hard to get there.
It is quite hard to get there.
But then again, it'll probably be cheap.
Yes, once you get there, it is quite cheap.
Right.
But
Hey guys, we're going to get
we
started
we
with
can
the
only
awards
wait
ceremony.
and find out.
So before we just do the awards, Edward Hollingdale, the president of Speedcubing Australia, is just going to talk to you guys for a second.
There we have Edward, and nothing would have
Good
happened
evening,
without
everyone.
Edward.
Thank you all for coming to the Rubik's Presents WCA World Championships 2019. It's been a massive 4 days with 833 competitors from 47 countries and 6 different world records set. So well done.
Yeah, 6 world records this comp.
It has been Speedcubing Australia's pleasure to organise this iteration of the World Championships. However, it has not been possible without the enormous amount of support and help that we've received. First, thank you to all of our competitors. This competition would not happen without your dedication and love for Speedcubing. Many of you have travelled from across the world to Melbourne to attend this competition, so thank you all.
Yes, clap, clap, clap indeed.
Second, thank you to our amazing venue, the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre.
That's right. Amazing.
It's been an insane.
This would not be possible without the amazing technology staff, the security staff, the catering staff, and the venue team. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, the stream guys have done an awesome job on the video all 4
Third,
days.
thank you to the Melbourne Convention Bureau for assisting enormously from the bid stage before we even knew the World Championships would be here all the way through to today. So thank you to Melbourne Convention Bureau. Importantly, thank you to Rubik's brand. It has been a pleasure working with you, and it's fantastic to see your huge support for the Speedcubing community through events like this. This competition would not have happened without the support of Rubik's. So thank you, Rubik's.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Rubik's have poured a lot of money
Finally,
and
thank you
man-hours into
to
this.
all of our volunteer
That's true.
staff and team leaders. Having over 800 people compete in 18 events in 4 days is a logistical nightmare, and it would not have happened without your help running, judging, and scrambling.
Couldn't say it once today.
A particular thank you to Philippe Virulot and Kerrie Jarman, who joined the core team late in the process and have put it hundreds of hours into planning this event. So thank you to those two particularly.
Kerrie's done tons of logistics work. Philip did all of the scorecards and group organisation.
So thank you all for coming along. It's been a pleasure having you, and I look forward to seeing many of you again in 2021. And now we move on to the presentation of awards. Before we get into the main awards, we have the presentation of some wild card entries to the Red Bull Rubik's World Cup final.
That is right.
I have Chrissy Trussell from Rubik's Brand Limited on behalf of Red Bull to present these prizes.
Chris has done a lot for Speedcubing in the UK as well.
Yeah, she's
So
been
we
doing that
have
for a long
the
time already.
Re-Scramble wildcard, which is being awarded to Manuel Gutmann.
That's right. So the winner of Blind gets a free ticket for the Re-Scramble finals of the Red Bull finals.
One of the popular methods is doing reverse blind, where you memorize and execute backwards.
I mean, it is kind of a guess if he's actually really good at Re-Scramble, but he certainly has the abilities for that.
Yep.
Yep.
And given that he
We
does
have
blind, and he's now got a
Two
wild card, he's probably going to
wildcards
practice.
for Speedcubing female
There's still some
track.
time.
One for Dana Yee and the other for Juliette Sebastien.
That's right.
And she's wearing her Red Bull jacket.
I think this is a different one.
Oh no, they've been given new jackets.
Yeah, this is a different one.
Yeah.
For the fastest hand track, we have a wild card for Bill Wang and for Max Park.
So these were the first two in one-handed?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair.
Wait, Bill didn't even make the one-handed final.
And for Speedcubing,
No, but he won
we
the last
have
time.
wild cards for
yes.
Felix Zemdex
He won in Boston.
and Philip Vire.
And of course, Felix won the Speedcubing track the last time in Boston, so that makes sense that he gets a wild card. And of
Yeah.
course, Philip, our new world champion,
Congratulations
obviously
to
also
all of
gets
the
a new one.
wildcard winners. I look forward to seeing them in the Red Bull Rubik's World Cup final in Moscow later this year. Well done.
Very nice.
Ah, yeah, look at their Red Bull shirts. So they have Rubik's on one side and they have the WCA Melbourne logo on the other.
Yeah, that's
To
right.
show they got the wild card from competing here.
Yeah, and it's also nice to see both of them conjoined,
Yeah.
working together. It's going to be some good stuff. All right, now we're moving on to the actual prize ceremony of these World Championships.
So Felix and Philip got wild cards to 3x3 speed.
Speedcubing.
So Dana and Juliette got the wild card for female speedcubing.
Correct.
Bill and Max got the wild card for fastest hand, and Manuel Gutmann got the wild card for Re-Scramble.
That's right. Better known as Match the Scramble without inspection.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them there.
Yep, so that'll be the Red Bull World Cup happening. When is it happening? It's happening.
It's going to be, not sure if I'm
Hey
allowed
guys,
to say
let's get
that,
on to
but
the
it's going to be
main award
somewhere in
ceremony.
November.
So, we were doing Australian national podiums
And that'll be happening in
and
Moscow.
the World Championship podiums.
Correct.
For the Australian podiums, Ed Hollingdale will be handing out all the certificates for that one.
So I
For
won.
the World's podiums, we will
Okay.
have Ed handing out third place, Chrissy Trussell handing out second place for all podiums, and Ethan Pride handing out first place for all World's podiums.
So Edward is going to be giving out the Aussie national podiums. They will
So our
probably
first
stand
event
to
is
the
3x3
side,
multiple blindfolders.
and then the world's
The
podiums will be
Australian
on the
national
actual
podium
podium.
is with third place Liam Sweets, second place.
All right, so they're doing a full
Jack
podium
Pye,
for the Australian
and first
Championship.
place,
That makes sense.
Sean Corker.
There's probably going to be some overlap on some of the podiums, or not? Did some Australians make it on the podium? Aiden Bartlett obviously won square one.
He's American.
I apologize.
And for 3x3 multiple blindfolded world champions. In third
find out
place
later.
with 46
Yeah, I mean,
out of
Felix
49
obviously
cubes
for
in
5x5.
58.26.
Oh, yes, of course.
Shivam Bansal.
So Shivam, obviously the former world record holder with 48 out of
Second place
48.
With 47 out of 50 in 54.18. Mark Boyanowski.
So this is Mark's overall PB ever. He's never done better than this, so he was super happy to
44
get this.
points.
First place with 51 out of 54 cubes in 59.06. Graham Siggins.
Wow. So it's 47 points. Graham Siggins is the world champion for
48
multi-blind.
48
40. I'm sorry.
Simple math is
I
difficult. at the end
cannot.
of a 4-day competition.
I cannot maths.
So great showing by these guys. 43 points is third place. I would never have imagined that 5 years ago.
And it was quite clear from the start that it's going to be these three on the podium because the rest is really. I mean, there's a big gap after that.
And he nodded on the podium.
That's right.
As he was obviously the one who
In
suggested
third
it
place,
in first
Brock
place.
Hammond
Oh, really?
1908 sold.
So
Jack
this is
Kai in
5 blind
second
now.
with a 10-minute 36 sold. And Tamoya Thurman winning with a 6-minute 25.49.
So the best Australian 6 minutes, which is almost 3 times as slow as Stanley's win.
That just shows you how crazy Stanley is, because Tamoya is one of the best in the world for 4 blind.
I mean, to put it in perspective, my only and first 5x5 blind was 30 minutes.
For the World Championship podiums for 5x5 blindfolded, in third place with a 3-minute 40.93, Kaijun Lim.
So Kaijun, obviously former world record holder for
In
both
second
single
place
and
with a
me.
That's right.
3-minute 38.88, Graham Siggins.
Give them time to come out, Alex.
And in first place with a new
Jeez.
world record of
We might be in a rush to get out of the
2:38.77.
I mean, we've got 17
Stanley
other events to
Chapel.
cover, right?
That's true. And yeah, Stanley, now the current world record holder for 4 blind, 5 blind, mean and single. Connect to mine. Thank you. There we go. So yeah.
Yeah, that is a well-deserved win for Stanley.
And Kaijun obviously disappeared for a little while, went into the woodwork, and he switched all his buffers to UFR.
Huh.
So in
Just
4x4
like all
blindfolded,
the
we
rest
only
of
have a
the-
world's podium,
and
and no Australian got a success.
What? So
That is very surprising.
3 Aussie successes for 5 blind and none for 4 blind. That's really strange.
So for the World Championship podium for 4x4 blindfolded, in third place with a 2:26.14,
Maybe there were not many Australians that
Neil
qualified
Wall.
for it. That
That's
might be
true,
that might be an
that's true.
explanation for that.
In second place with a 2:12.30, Bill Wang.
Yes.
So Bill
And in
obviously
first place with a new
won
world record
in
single of
2017.
1:08.07.
But then again,
Stanley Chapel.
Stanley, who won, he wasn't there.
Yep, and Stanley has just shown time and time again that he is such a beast at big blind. He's really leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the competition.
I really wonder what makes him so much faster than Bill.
Yeah. Not only is it, I think it's not only is his memo crazy, his recall is excellent, but
And his execution must be really good as well.
his execution is very fast. Expect to see a lot more world records.
Come on, Stanley,
from
some
Stanley.
smiles.
What am I meant to do with all these world championship trophies?
In
Maybe he's
square
calculating
one,
the
Australian national
weight of his
podium.
luggage in his head.
Third place is Jayden McNeill.
Go Jayden McNeill.
Jayden!
So obviously he was the world champion
place,
in 2017,
Jones.
yet he comes third
First place,
2 years later
Australian.
on the Australian national podium.
8.68.
So obviously the flags, you can actually see through the fabric
Ah,
quite
okay.
easily. So he is and nobody's standing on the podium because the other two are much taller than the winner.
And the World Championship podium for square one. In third place with an 8.15 average, Daniel Carnock.
From the United
In
States.
second
Indeed.
place with a 7.94 average, Makoto Takaoka.
From Japan.
So Makoto was probably
And
the
first
favourite
place
coming
with a
in, but
7.60
got a
average,
huge pop on the first
Aiden
solve.
Bartlett.
Aiden Bartlett from the United States of
Yeah.
America.
Yep, so he has the NAR average. He can definitely improve that. He's been showing time and time again he can get sixes and sixes. He just needs that one competition where he strings them all together. He can definitely get a world record.
Yeah, next world is going to be much better as well. What's the Dane's called? The Dane's name? Who's really fast as well?
In
Detlefsen.
Oh yeah, Rasmus Stubb Detlefsen.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
mean, if he's going to be there and some improvements, the next World Championship podium is going to be low sevens.
Yeah. I know Rasmus really wanted to come to this, but unfortunately couldn't make it. Not sure why, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Scuba podium. In third place is Connor Sullivan.
So the skew podium was really surprising.
Oh yeah.
None of
Second place, Oscar
none of the
Watson.
world champion podium was
And third
expected
place,
to even
Dylan
get in the
Johnson.
top 6 or 7. They were outsiders. We expected the podium to be around 2.5.
Yeah.
And yet there were none in the final.
Those scrambles must have been really hard.
Yeah, and scuba's really scramble dependent.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm not mistaken, this is Carlos Mendez's first World Championship podium.
Oh yeah.
For
I mean,
the
I think he
World
has some
Championship
European
scuba
podiums.
podium.
Yeah, he has quite a lot
In
of
third place with a 3.25 average, Carlos Mendez Garcia Barroso.
Nice. Well pronounced.
Ah, so yeah, in
In
Euros
second
2012,
place with a
he won
3.05
2x2,
average,
and he is the
Dong Yang
current
Lee.
Spanish champion for 3x3. He won in
And
both
with a
2017
skew
and
with a
2018.
3.00 average, Noriyuki Okada.
Oh yeah.
The Japan crew went absolutely crazy when they found out Noriyuki won.
I've got a video of that on my phone. It's really delightful to see.
It was amazing to see. Great support from his fellow countrymen, and
Yeah, they were cheering hard.
yeah, and these guys, even though they weren't expected to win, they really deserve it. They performed so well.
Definitely, especially on those scrambles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's absolutely beaming.
Yeah.
For the Australian Nationals Pyraminx podium winners. In third place,
skipped
David Pierce.
They skipped clock.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Somebody
In
on the...
second place, Riley Dexter.
I wonder if. No, they haven't skipped clock. Because
And in
clock
first place,
is now
Ethan
above Mega.
Stevens.
So clock will come.
Oh,
Clock. The side events go in order alphabetically. Clock, Mega, Pyrrha, Scube, Square One. So
right,
clock
right,
will
right.
be after Pyraminx and Megaminx. Don't worry, they haven't missed it. Don't panic. It's just the Cube Comp's order is slightly wrong.
I was gonna say, don't get your hopes up too high. Clock is still an event.
Yeah.
For the World Championship podium for Pyraminx.
No, that's mean.
In third place with a 2.82 average, Elvin Thorson.
So Elvin Thorson did really well. Unfortunately,
In
he got
second
that
place
counting
with a
3.4.
2.77
That really,
average,
really
Dominic Gorney.
pushed him out.
And winning
Wait.
Pyraminx with a 2.40 average, Timon
There were two
Kolosinski.
2.77s averages. So I think somebody might have been DNF'd.
Oh yeah, there was something changed afterwards.
Aniket Das. He got +2
Yeah,
on his fourth solve.
He got retroactively +2 after they reviewed something. I'm not really sure what happened.
Might have been a timer stop or possibly inspection. But yeah, Timon
I mean,
absolutely.
there's so many
absolutely
ways you can get a
dominated.
+2.
Yeah, that's true.
James, can you name them all?
I can. There's 8 ways. 4 4 before the solve and 4 after the solve. But let's focus on the podium. So.
You're right.
But yeah, so Elvin does
For
indeed
the
sneak onto the
Australian
podium.
National podium for Megaminx. In third place,
yeah,
Zakir
Megaminx.
Mohammed Haq. In second place, Tommy Caprilis. And winning the Australian podium for Megaminx is Felix Zendex.
Yes.
Yep, so we'll be seeing a lot of Felix coming up for the
next few
Australian
events, yeah.
podiums, but not many world podiums.
Only one? Wait, what? Only one? Or two?
Only one.
Only
He
5
only podiumed in 5x5.
Oh man.
But Felix has had so much success in the past. Look at this. In 2011, he podiumed in 2 to 7.
Championship podium for
In 2013, he podiumed in 3, 4,
in
5,
third
7,
place
and
with a
08.
56.93 average, Yunliang Zhang.
Yunlian Zhang from China.
Yeah.
In second place with a 34.50
36
average,
average. Really,
Amos
really
Nordner.
good.
Yeah, and that was really close. I did not expect Megaminx
And
to
in
be
first
that
place
close.
with a
Yeah.
33.81 average, Juan Pablo Huanqui.
Yep, so Juan Pablo Huanqui from Peru taking the victory here. I don't think anyone expected any different, but of course, it being this close was not
it's
expected.
only over a little bit over half a second.
Yeah, and I think he's definitely losing his losing grip on how dominant he's been, and I think Worlds 2021 for Megaminx could be really amazing.
Yeah, all reigns come to an end at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, so Felix in 2015 got 8 Worlds podiums with 5 wins and 3 second
Oh
places.
wow, yeah.
In 2017, he got 6 podiums. So he's had 6, 5, 8, and
The
6
Australian
podiums.
national podium
one.
for
Now
Clock.
1.
In third place,
There we go, Clock.
Darby Lee. In second place,
He is happy to be there.
Oh, yeah.
and in first place,
Oh, dabbing on
Miles
stage.
It's the dab. You know what I like about the Australian flag?
I get the feeling there's a pun coming up.
No, there's a UK flag in the top left.
and the World Championship podium for Clock. In third place with a 6.10 average, Zijia Feng.
Feng Zixia.
In
So maybe
second
Clock
place
is
with
the
a
event where the winner
6.01
dominated
average,
the hardest
Tyran Zhao.
after 4x4.
Yeah. So
And the
these
world
3
champion
in
for
Clock are very
is
clearly
Yunhao Lo with
the
a
top 3.
4.73 average.
But I'm surprised how well Yunhao Lao kept it together for the final. Not only getting times that he normally gets, but just like consistently doing it. And he did it after DNFing one of the first solves.
Wasn't it his 4th? So his clock fell over, and the pins therefore moved, so the solve was DNF'd, and then his last solve was still like a 4.
Yeah, but China absolutely dominating the Clock podium. China,
That's right.
China are just absolutely incredible at Clock at the moment. So great job for them for
The
taking the
Australian
Clock
national
sweep.
podium for 3x3 with feet. In third place,
Next up, it's feet.
Nicholas Fogo. In second place, Tommy Caprilis. And in first place, Brian Egg.
There are still a ton of people down the side. Here comes Nicola Fogo.
He's absolutely sprinting down.
Yeah. He wants to get on that podium. Oh, the others are just walking away. They're like, it's whatever.
They're already off.
They're already
And
on.
the
All right,
World
World's podium.
Championship podium is for 3x3 with feet.
So,
In third place with a 31.27 average, Henry Gerber.
Henry Gerber.
Henry
aus
Gerber.
Deutschland.
once again
In
podium at
second
Worlds.
place with a 30.15 average.
I mean, I mentioned
Mohamed
before,
Amon
Clock was the event where the winner had the big gap to number 2, but actually it is the same
And
case in
winning
feet.
3x3
Yep.
with feet with a new ASR
7 seconds
average of
almost.
23.29, Lim Hung.
Lim Hung did an absolutely amazing job winning feet. He kept his cool. He got Asian record single and average. He got a 17.
Oh yeah, that 17 was amazing.
Yeah.
That was the first solve of the whole competition where the crowd started clapping.
Yeah, and yeah, he did great in the run-up. And a big shout out to Daniel Egdahl as well. He missed
Oh,
the podium
yeah.
by 0.05, which he's now done 2 World Championships in a row.
He was really close there. Oh,
The 3x3 one-handed.
Henry wanted to do a selfie. There you go.
In third place, Tommy Caprilis. In second place,
As you can see, Tommy is an
Jayden McNeill.
excellent all-rounder for Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Zemdes.
Our boy Jayden,
Felix is also our boy.
of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And the World Championship podium for 3x3 one-handers. In third place, with an 11.32 average, Juliette Sebastian.
So that is the third ever World Championship podium for a woman.
I think so, yeah.
In second place,
Very nice to see.
11.25 average, Patrick Pons.
So Juliette did an amazing job to podium here.
Definitely.
In the previous round, she got
first place,
11.11, which is her PR.
10.48
So
average.
being right up there with your
Max
best time
Park.
is really good.
Definitely. And there you have it, Max Park's first win.
And they're just trying to find him in the crowd of people.
First out of 5 wins for Max Park.
I think the Americans are all at the back having a little chat together.
Right.
But huge congratulations to Max. Performed amazingly in the final. And congratulations to Patrick getting that world rank 2.
Oh yeah, I mean, it'll not take long for him to break the world record for one-handed again.
Absolutely. So obviously the world record held by Keaton. He didn't perform so well. No, by Max. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then Patrick's in second, and then Keaton's in
And for the Australian
It's still
national podium for
42
3x3 fewest moves. In third place,
I wonder how
Keaton
they've done the
Stevens.
trophies for this.
Oh yeah, so this is going to be funny
In second
because
place,
there
Jayden
is a
McNeill.
shared third place
And in first place,
And a shared
Tommy
first place.
Caprillo.
and a shared first place. So somewhere there's going to be the trophy of second place without an owner.
Yeah, and the optimist in me hopes they've gone to the manufacturers and said, we need an extra first
Wait.
and third place.
Sebastiano maybe had a worse single?
No, they
or
both
one-
had tied
World
singles.
Championship
But where is he?
Sorters podium for fewest moves because of some ties.
What do you mean, where is he?
In
That was the
joint
Australian
third
podium.
place. With 25
I'm sorry.
points,
It's been a long day.
We have Sebastiano Tronto.
There we
and
go.
Jan Bentlager.
Oh, he actually pronounced the name right. Well, close
Yeah.
enough. I heard him
Close
pronounce it Jan Bentledge earlier.
Jan Bentledge?
As a lot of UK people do.
And
Yeah, we sometimes do that for fun.
first
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
with
So
a
correct would be
25.33
Jan Bentlager.
mean each. We have Christopher Chi and Fershon Fushada.
Nice.
So amazing job by these guys.
Yes.
These were not easy scrambles. They were very difficult scrambles.
I mean, there was a good block on the first one, but I mean, a good first block doesn't mean that you should actually use it.
Yeah, and
I haven't looked at these guys' solutions because
it looks
no time.
like they do have 2 third place trophies. Oh, they do. Wow, they do have 2 first place trophies. I think they went to the manufacturer on Friday and said, we need these tomorrow. Paid extra. Good job, Speedcubing Australia.
Yeah. Well, luckily they had some time to do it because Fewest Move
Yes.
already finished
And
on
the
Thursday.
Australian
Could you imagine if that
national
happened in
podium
3x3?
for 3x3 blindfolders.
Tied winner.
In third place, David Pierce.
Yeah, moving on.
Let's just do one more photo.
They're just, I think they got one of the trophies. I think they just got the trophies mixed up, so they're doing it again.
Okay,
Is
now
that
for
the-
the
is that the
3x3 Australian
first
national
Indonesian
podium.
World
In third place, David Pierce.
Championship?
In second place,
Good
Timothy
question. I wish we
Lowe.
had a stats guy.
And in first
Just
place,
like feeding us
Jack
information.
Kai.
That'd be great. Right. And obviously a lot of Australian staff at this competition.
And the World Championship podium for 3x3 blindfolders. In third
yeah.
place with an 18.70
Jack
single,
is not happy
Stanley
to be on the
Chapel.
Australian podium.
Yeah, he was definitely looking to get a world championship
In
title to go
second
along with his
place
current
with an
world record.
18.53 single, Gianfranco Honki.
They retook the
New world
podium
champion for
photo wearing
3x3
the Red Bull
blindfolders.
jacket.
Oh, right.
18.44 single,
I
Manuel Gutmann.
So yeah, great showing by South America here, taking second and first place on the 3-blind podium. And Argentina,
Argentina is
the Argentina crowd are
exploding
going
right
crazy.
here.
And Manuel is clearly
You remember
extremely-
at Euros Polska, Polska, Polska.
Yeah. That's the second grade. So yeah, absolutely crazy podium. 318s.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
And Stanley for his third podium. Now for the
So
pictures.
they do have to take a podium photo wearing their jackets.
Yeah.
And obviously they want to get a photo with their original sponsors as part of their sponsorship agreement. Then they get a second photo with the Red Bull jackets as part of the agreement for coming to Rubik's Presents WCA World Championship.
Reminds me a little bit of Formula One, where they always have to wear these Pirelli hats on stage. Remember? For if there's any Formula One fancy.
Yeah.
For 7x7. In third place, Juan Eugen. In second place, Ryan Driscoll.
Dutch people are so embarrassing.
Oh
And
my
in
god.
first place, Felix Zemde.
Yeah, boys. I can't. Our boy, Felix Zemdex.
On top of the Australian 7x7
And
podium.
World Championship podium for
Winner of
7x7.
hearts.
Are you watching Silverstone?
In third place,
I didn't know it was on.
211.64
I stopped following F1 recently.
Yes. Yes.
Eric's watching it.
Definitely gonna watch Formula One tonight.
In
Yeah,
second
here it
Wait,
is.
place,
Here it
wait,
is.
when is it on?
11.39.
I'll be on the flight
Kieran
when it's
Beaton.
on.
11:10 local time. There he
Wait,
is.
11 p.m.
11:10, yeah.
Oh, I might be able to watch it then. I'll watch it in the airport.
A new world record at mean of 150.10.
So here we go, Kieran.
I am
second.
so happy for Kieran.
Yes.
He's performed so well at this competition,
It's the most well-deserved podium I can think of.
and to do it with a method that has been called out. They've said Yao's not good. Yao's not good enough.
No,
Yao's
no.
not good enough.
The cube is too big.
Just do
Can't do
redux.
it. It's only good for 4x4.
And look, he's second. He's right
On
up
the
there.
biggest of cubes.
Yeah. What? Absolutely fantastic from Kieran.
And of course, Max Park
What a world record.
owning that.
What a world
owning,
record. That was
absolutely
amazing to
owning the event.
Yeah, that was amazing to watch. And congratulations for
And
sending
the
Arm
Australian
and also
national
getting up
podium
there with
Yes.
him as
for
well.
6x6.
I mean, Nam
In
did
third place,
so good.
Andy
All
Gall.
of the big cubes.
Yeah, his turning is so smooth.
In second
And so
place,
fast.
Ryan
So
Driscoll.
Nam actually got on the podium on 7x7, on
And in
5x5,
first place,
and
Felix
4x4.
Zemde.
Yeah. Hey, look, Felix won another Australian national title.
And the 6x6 World Championship podium. In third place with a 127.23 mean.
There he is again.
Kieran Behan.
Kieran Behan
Yeah.
in third.
Look at the UK crowd.
Yes.
I want to shout it, but I'm in front of a
second place
microphone.
with a 127.02 mean. Kevin Hayes.
Also, Kevin got in second, and it was really close. So Kevin got
Really close.
127.02. Kieran had 127.23.
Yeah, and Kevin finally has been usurped. He won in 2013, he won in 2015, he won in 2017.
The rain is coming to an
Yeah,
end.
so no 4-peat for Kevin, but he's still right up there with the rest of them.
That's right. I mean, he told me he was gonna retire at some point, and this is gonna look like the perfect moment for that. Obviously, we hope he's still continuing,
Yeah.
because it's always fun having Kevin at competitions.
Yeah.
I mean, his energy, he's so extrovert. I mean,
Yeah.
The Australian national podium for 5x5. In third place, Ryan Driscoll.
So whilst they're going
second
over
place,
the Australian
Jayden
podiums,
McNeill.
I do want to shout out one person who didn't make the podium,
first
and I want you to
place,
guess
Felix
who it's going to be.
Zemde.
For which event?
5x5. It's going to be Kieran again, because he got that 38.96 in the final on the first off.
European record.
Yep, European record, third in the world. What an amazing solve.
Amazing.
The UK crowd went mental. I went mental. I wasn't casting
Yeah,
at the time.
and I'm gonna say it
And
cost him the
World
podium on
Championship
5x5.
podium
Yeah,
for
I think so too.
5x5.
When you start
In
off with
third
such
place
a
with
good time, it
45.73
just makes you so
average,
nervous continuing.
Felix Zemde.
There he is on his actual World Championship podium, Felix
Second
Zemdex.
place with a 44.78
Unfortunately, his reign is over.
average. Seungkyuk Nam.
And there is Nam for his well-deserved second place.
Yeah.
41.43
So this
average.
is,
Max Ha.
and again, Max, we don't have any more words for him. He is really amazing.
Well, there is one word for that. GOAT.
Yeah, Felix, this is the first time he's come third on